how many people? 12. No. I need to stop this, don't I? Stop stream. Yeah.
Discretion is advised.
Some viewers may find this disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Well, hello Graham.
Good evening everybody. Good evening Ben.
Good evening. It's been a while, hasn't it?
It's been just over 3 weeks.
No, sure it's longer than that.
Just over 3 weeks. It sounds better.
Yeah. We're still in lockdown.
We are. There's a lot going on at the moment, isn't there?
Well, I mean, alright, I say we're still in lockdown. It's not entirely the truth, is it? I mean, obviously we were in lockdown, we then became out of lockdown, and now we're back in lockdown. I mean...
It's a different kind of lockdown now, though.
Is it ever going to end?
It will do. Come the springtime, they say.
Really?
Apparently.
Well, that's something to look forward to then, isn't it? Didn't have much of a summer though, did we?
No, I think we had all of our summer before.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
During the first lockdown.
Yeah, we did, didn't we? Didn't do much though. Couldn't really do much, really, because not everything was open, was it? Well, anyway, nice to see you guys. It's another episode. Been a while of the Ben&Grem Show. We have looked at various different avenues in different ways of which we could produce this for you, and so we have come to the conclusion that nothing's changed. Isn't that right, Graham?
Not much.
Not much.
Not much at all.
But what has changed is the clocks. What's also changed? What has also changed? My hair, Graham.
Yes, he's gone for curtains.
Yeah, 1990s.
Mm.
Yeah, I thought, why not? You know, live in that youth.
You need those highlights, like David Beckham, 1990s highlights.
Yeah, but it looked better on him.
Might look better on you.
Well, yeah, maybe. We'll see. Maybe the viewers can help us out with that. Well, it has been a while, Graham, hasn't it? And let's get down to business, because look, we have taken some time out and we have looked at ways in which we can improve the Ben&Grem Show. And not only have we done so with some of the hardware we're using, also we are using, for any of you that really cares about this stuff, we're using a slightly different setup this evening as well. And we actually have Graham here.
Yes.
The Graham.
Yeah.
He's live. He is physically here in the flesh, Graham, aren't you?
Yep. In a bubble.
Clean shaven.
Yeah.
Shame I'm not. But then no surprises, is there? Eh? Scruff bag, isn't it? Yeah. Now, it's the 8th today, isn't it, Graham? It's the 8th of November. Year's gone quick. Near the end of the year. Still, we're talking about COVID, sadly, but it's not going away anytime soon, is it? We know. The government have said, Graham, haven't they? We'll get to our agenda in a minute, but we're just introducing ourselves slowly. So the government have said, haven't they, that we are expecting potentially to be in lockdown, or should we say restrictions, up till March. And so they have, what we understand to know at the moment, they have actually extended the furlough scheme. Your company, are you affected by that? The furlough scheme? Do you get help with that? Or?
Yes, we do. If we come down with COVID, then we will get the help.
Yeah. Well, so it's the 8th of November, Graham, and it has been a while since our last stream, isn't it? And you know, COVID is still here. there's a lot going on about it, whether you believe it or don't believe it, but it is what it is. The government are making their decisions and we are going with what they say, and that's pretty much the end of that story. We are drinking this evening. I promise you guys, it's not gin, alright?
No, it isn't.
It's not. Don't be fooled.
Not gin.
The other thing I want to mention, Grem, is we have come a long way, haven't we? The Ben&Grem Show.
It's tap water.
Yeah, it is. It is. My fringe, I can feel my fringe on my forehead.
Makes you look a bit younger, mate.
Does it?
It hides the wrinkles.
Yeah, maybe. Well, that's a good start, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a good start. 36 going on 20, Grem. At least I can grow hair at 36. Do you know many people at 36 that still growing hair? I think a lot of people still grow hair at 36, don't they?
Where?
Where? Anywhere.
Oh, well,
I guess. Bethany says yay. She's happy to be in the stream.
Hello, Bethany.
Hello, Bethany. Lee, nice to see you, Lee, as well, because it's been a while since you've been in the stream. That's because we haven't streamed, have we? Lee has said, your hair's grown, Ben, and is Graham hiding his?
I haven't gelled it today, people. So.
Oh, I don't know. That looks pretty good to me. Is that your natural look?
Natural look?
Yeah, there's no gel in there, is there?
No, I've had the cap on most of the day.
Well, I think
so
you need to just do that in
yeah.
future, because your hair looks like it's just been painted on. It looks like you're a model.
Oh, don't go that far.
You should be a model. If he's not a model, which he isn't, then he should
be. I'm no model.
You're your very own model, Grem. No, I think it looks great. I think you should take that cap off. What do you think, folks? I think this man should take his cap off. Take the cap off to Grem for his wonderful hair. No, actually, I really do like that hair, actually. I'm being genuine about that.
Oh,
sorry, just give us a moment, a minute.
Too much grey coming through, guys.
I didn't notice it until you mentioned it. Well, actually, funny you say that, because I've got some. Actually, it's not grey, is it? Silver. Silver. There's no such thing as grey hair. It can't be grey unless it's fully grey, can it? If you've got different colours and grey, then it's silver, yeah? Can we buy that?
It's meant to mean intelligence, isn't it? It's meant to mean that you've been around for a little bit longer.
Yeah. Well, I think I'll go with what Bethany says. I mean, she says smooth, Grem. I think she's got you absolutely correctly.
Well, she's obviously after something, isn't she?
Well, wouldn't know anything about that. Children, eh?
Yes, exactly.
Thank you. It is 9 o'clock. Not yet, actually. So you're safe. Mind you, she's very mature, isn't she? So she can handle this nature of broadcast. Grem, what have you got to talk about? Because you've got lots to talk about. I mean, it has been, after all, a few months, hasn't it? We haven't been doing this for a while. Again, because we have been looking at ways in which we can go forward, and we change of scenery. Obviously, we've got a bit of a different setup going on here. Obviously, you don't see that because obviously we're in the studio and you're only seeing what we want you to see. Innit?
Yeah.
But
bright lights and.
We've got some
else.
studio right now, and it's pretty warm actually, wouldn't you say? It's quite warm.
It is really getting hot in here.
Yeah.
Must be the company.
Well. Anyway, what we got, Graham? What are we doing? What are we doing, eh? What are we doing today? What are we doing in the show today? We need to start with the first topic, but I don't know whether it's worth Shell. Shell is not actually in the stream. That was awkward.
That's your young love.
Right, so Lee says, I reckon Grem is the spit for Jude Law.
With the cap on or the cap off?
You're a split for the Jude Law, which plays Android in the movie AI. Look, I'm not being funny, guys, but I mean, I'm seeing what I think you guys can see. And you do look, Grem, my hair looks really greasy. I've actually put some argan oil in this thing, this mop of mine. That explains the grease.
Well, so, I did say to you before we come on air actually that is it natural grease?
No, it's not. It's not natural grease. All right, I will get that out. It's not natural grease. It is purely argan oil, and it gives it a glisten, just for the camera. So let's just be clear about that. No grease involved here.
It's not roll out of bed hair, is it?
No.
Good then.
But it does comb well with a bit of argan oil. It's been an interesting 5 minutes, but that's it, folks. That's it. End of the show. See ya.
Yeah, see you later.
Might as well be, isn't it? Eh? We've
What to the pubs that aren't open at the moment?
Yeah, what we can do about that? We need a pint soon. Then you think, guys, we need a pint. It's been a long time, hasn't it, Graham? A long time.
Yeah, it's been too long. But we've got to stick with it. We've got to move with the flow.
Like fish.
Yeah. Backwards if necessary.
Like fish in a
You
stream.
might need to swim back a little bit and then come forward again.
Yeah.
Left or right, up and down.
Yeah. Andrew says the studio is looking fabulous. Thank you very much, Andrew. And again, sorry for being distant. Not with you personally, but just the show in general. And that goes for everybody in the stream. And thank you for coming along and joining us for what will be an interesting evening, as always, in the Ben and Grem show. Lee says pubs should be doing home deliveries. That's interesting. Can you imagine?
Some are, aren't they?
Hang on a minute. Am I getting this right? So Lee says in the chat that pubs are doing home deliveries. Does that mean to say you can go on your phone and order a pint?
Yes, and they deliver it to you. But not in a glass bin.
What, like in a Coke bottle?
Probably in some sort of
Like
cardboard.
a 2 litre bottle of Coke, but the equivalent of, I don't know, Scrumpy Jack. Are we talking? No? Is that not? Am I getting this all wrong?
I've got no idea.
No, I haven't either. Well, I like the idea of that.
They've got those cardboard cups, haven't they?
Yeah.
Like takeaway, for like coffees and so on.
Yeah.
So maybe it's something similar.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Interesting. Well, actually, that's a good idea, Lee. If you're being absolutely genuine about that, and there's no reason why you wouldn't be, pubs delivering your beverages is a way of keeping pubs open, at least in this time of hardship, isn't it? I mean, think about it. You know, they're not selling that many pints, are they? If any are being open at the minute. I don't think they are they? They're on lockdown. So actually, to be able to pull a pint, mind you, that would be weird, right? So they're going to pull the pint, they're going to bottle it, and then they're going to get a local driver to take it down to your house. How's that going to work?
It's probably going to be cans, and I know I said about cups earlier, but it's a moment ago, in fact. But don't think it'll be just pulled at that point.
I just think it's not going to work, is it?
No, of course not.
It's going to be warm. Depends on the weather as well. But not only that, I mean, surely you're going to have to order in bulk, right? You're going to have to order a night out in one order, because they're not going to just bring a pint round to your house, are they? Surely. I mean, we're talking what you're anticipating 6 pints for the night, yeah? I mean, that's average. Is that an average for the average drinker? 6 pints?
I'm not sure how it's going to go. In fact, I don't know how it's going to work for the pubs if people will actually go ahead with it. I think they'll give it a go for a laugh,
For a laugh. For a little giggle. Well, actually, yeah, why not? I mean,
because it's different. It's something you can say in like 20 years' time. This is what we done, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. No, I think, to be honest with you, I think it's a great idea, Graham, because it helps the business economy. It helps the economy, doesn't it? The beer industry and the wine industry and whatever industry you want to call it, actually.
The British way of
Industry.
life.
Yeah, British way of life. Whale of life. Yeah, so actually that's good. So at least you can get your beverages. Although, wasn't it something that come about in the government's plans to limit alcohol because of lockdown, because of the fact that people basically have nothing to do they? So they're drinking, right? In their spare time they're drinking. So the government are a bit unsure about whether they should sort of put some restrictions in place around alcohol sales.
That was in the first lockdown, wasn't it? That they put the necessary concern in there.
Yeah.
I don't believe they've actually touched on that this time. I think probably because of the anxieties that are gathering at the moment around the second lockdown, which is really different to the first. It's not like the first. There's actually quite a few more options available for us.
Yeah, there is, but I mean, I can understand why people do resort to drink. I mean, I'm not saying I advocate people drinking, because that's not what we're doing, Graham, is it? I mean, I'll say that now. A bit of a disclaimer here. I'm not saying you should go out and drink because there's nothing else to do, because there is, because you could read a book. And you don't need alcohol, you could just use H2O for that. I'm just saying, it's just an idea, right? Don't go too mad. It is your freedom and liberty, although that seems to be, at the minute, I don't want to be too critical about this, Graham, but it seems to be like that's pretty much as far as it's going with the liberties. Of what we're allowed at the minute, isn't it? I mean, it's I mean, we're completely off topic here, but I will just come to this point. I will say, Graham, wouldn't you say, guys in the stream as well, wouldn't you not say that anything work related is good, anything pleasure related is not?
Well, in moderation.
Within moderation. I mean, it seems to me like you can't do anything physically pleasurable at the minute. And I'm not talking about activities in certain
No,
areas.
you adapt.
Well,
You
yeah.
have to adapt to the situation.
Yeah, you do. Well, I suppose you do, and I think that's what we are doing, isn't it? But you can't go out bowling because it's groups. You can't. What can't you do? You can't. I mean, what can you do? You can't go to cinema at the moment, can you? Can you go to cinema? I don't think you can you?
No.
No. I mean, you can't go to the pub. I mean, what else is there to do but sit home and drink?
You can swing through some trees if you want.
Well, yeah.
Go climbing.
You can do that. Yeah. Why would you want to do that though? You've got to get the equipment for it, and you ain't going to be able to do that either, are you? You're not going to be able to buy the equipment.
Adapt.
Adapt, yeah.
It's all about adapt.
Can't go to the gym, Andrew says. No, he's right. You can't go to the gym either. You can't do it. You're not even allowed to keep fit in the times of lockdown, Grem. You can't even keep fit. Now get that. What can you do? Tell me what we can actually do right now. I mean, apart from what we are doing, I'm not even sure we can do this, can we, guys? I mean,
We can keep fit still.
Are we supposed to be doing this, guys? Are we supposed to be doing a stream for you? I mean, actually, you could say we are essential workers, Grem, because we are essentially giving you information that one may need.
No, we are actually in a bubble. That's the reason why we can do this.
Yeah,
We've been in a constant bubble, so
we have, haven't we?
yeah.
So, can we say then, Grem, that me and you are sort of, you could say, what's the word now? In our own bubble, like our own circle? Yeah, I suppose you could, couldn't you? Yeah, the Ben and Grem show.
We've got our own bubble wrap. Invisible.
Actually, I should have worn a mask for this, shouldn't I? Sorry about that, guys. I hope you don't mind. Have you found yourself apologising to people in the street? You know, if you're going out and about and you're not wearing a mask, do you feel like you feel necessary to apologise for not wearing one? It's funny because I'm at work at times and I do have people come up to me and say, sorry, I'm not wearing a mask. And you ask them, oh, you need to wear a mask, sir, and they'll grab it. But otherwise they might not in some cases, and they actually apologise, which is quite nice, isn't it? Although it's all very well apologising for something you could have changed but you didn't bother to change in the first place. I mean, is that an apology worth taking? You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
I mean, so do you think it's right then that this person has deliberately, in their head, presumably they've had to think about this, right? So they've gone about their business, they've physically not worn the mask, yeah? And then they said they're sorry for not wearing it. But they must have thought about it, right? So they're not really sorry, are they?
Well, yeah, it depends, doesn't it? It really depends if it's been a deliberate mistake.
Yeah, I
And if
suppose.
that's the case, then you must handle it
Yeah.
within the professional guidelines that your employer is giving you to go by.
Yeah, officially.
Are you able to carry around with you some that are actually packed already to hand to people?
No, we obviously as much as I agree in what you're saying, Grem, about customer service is always, the customer is always right sort of thing. Customer service should always be above and beyond. But obviously there is customer service and there's not being a charity. And I don't think it's necessary to hand out people with masks because they cost money, right? I mean, after all, there's shortages in these places.
They're about £15 a box of 50.
Yeah, and they've only got barely enough for us, although they have got enough for us, let me put that clear to you. My place of work have enough provisions. But no, I will say, Grem, I do think that actually there are people that aren't wearing them when maybe they should be wearing them, and then feel the need to apologise for not wearing them when they know you're wearing yours. I mean, anyway, that's irrelevant. We're moving on from that, aren't we? I think. I mean, but Andrew says he's got to go for a moment because he's got to put his children to bed. Now, that's not a problem, Andrew, because we all have lives to lead.
We do. It's part of the reason why we're sort of nearly 4 weeks late.
Yeah, why
live.
why are we 4 weeks late for this live? What has actually happened? I mean, apart from the fact that we've been working, and that's understandable, apart from the fact we do have lives outside the camera, which again is equally understandable, but why has it been 4 weeks? I mean, I don't think we even know, do we?
Life is just infringed to take a breath then. Life is really infringed on the workings of the show. With how we've handled certain situations and especially with how I've handled certain situations within my personal life and work. It's been extremely difficult for me to find the necessary time to actually get some rest.
Yeah, Yeah, that's right. And I think that's pretty much. I'm going to say all of what you just said. What did he even say? What did you say? I know what he said.
Yeah, you know what I said.
I know what he said. But I agree with him. I agree, because that is exactly the case, isn't it? Everything's been going on. The world has been moving fast, and everything included. And so the Ben and Grem show has had its brakes on for a bit. But no, it's good to be back, isn't it? I'm still as ugly as ever, but you know, it is what it is.
You've got curtains now, mate.
Got curtains.
That's fine. Just need your highlights.
Why have I got curtains? Lee says, but my point is, as he says, I don't know if you can see, Graham, can you even see that that print there? Because my eyes aren't brilliant, but they're not bad, and I can't see that for love or money.
Well, pretty rather expensive Wish product.
Are we talking about the stage light in here?
Well, not well. I'm just letting the people think, well, what on earth have they bought off Wish? Is it something sort of like?
Hang on. You say Wish, but I don't think they knew about Wish in the first place.
Oh.
Did you?
People must know about Wish.
Well, they know about Wish, but they never knew that we shopped on Wish. Now they do. Now you're going to have to explain yourself, Graham.
Really explain myself.
Well, Lee says, before you do, can I just say that Lee has said, he says, I want to get to his point, because he says, there's a point here. It says, hard to see where, I might ask, go with it. Just go with it. What? I don't know what I said.
No, right, where were we?
Why don't you just part of the chat, make it bigger? Yeah, well, yeah. Do you know what? Why is it? I think I know what he's talking about. No, I don't. I don't know how.
Normally, I'm obviously in a different destination, and I'm what Ben is doing now. I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, it's even worse sitting next to the chat.
It hurts, doesn't it? The brain. I mean, you won't feel it because it's mine I'm talking about.
No, it's about rather painful.
No, I think what it is, Lee, is I think I can read it from here. I think, but the point is, we have a stage camera. No, we don't have a camera, and we have a stage light right there, and it's right in front of the.
Is it the last one?
Screen, yeah. So if you can imagine, if you've got a bright light in front of a screen and you're looking past that light, it makes the white light print of the screen slightly harder to see. Am I making excuses?
Possibly.
Yeah.
If you're answering his last.
I don't even know what his last said.
I don't think it's relevant for the show. But it's not. It's not like.
Hang on a minute. Can I just like? You don't think it's relevant? You don't think our viewers' relevant comment is not relevant for the show?
No.
Oh, all right.
No, I think it's more production. So I don't think it's relevant to.
Yeah, I agree. You're right.
Speak out.
Yeah, that's right. Well, Andrew thought it was funny.
I'm glad.
Just about one. Yeah, but no. Yeah, but no, but.
Yeah.
What was that out? What was that out of? What was that?
Little Britain.
Little Britain, wasn't it? You can't watch that anymore.
Oh no, because it's not allowed.
No.
It's just too. It's just not good for the woke generation.
Yeah. What is woke actually? I mean, again, off topic here, but does it mean they've just woken up and they don't know anything about life past time? And so they've just woken up and they don't know what to expect. To expect is acceptable or not. That was a bit of a mouthful. What is woke? Someone tell me what woke stands for. What is woke? The woke generation, isn't it? What is woke?
Well, it means different things, but.
Oh right. Do we need to go into it or not?
Well,
my naivety is shining through.
Please feel free to comment in.
Maybe somebody could mention it on the chat and save us the bother. Because
their interpretation of it.
There's
different interpretations. Well, wokeness.
Acceptable is being in RE written daily. Yeah. It's like what's that thing called? You know, like what you get taught. Like you get brought up to believe that if you speak of I mean, they don't say this to you because it's all about mind control, isn't it? But if you believe in a lie enough, so if you repeat the lie too often and enough people do it, it then becomes the truth, right? So left-wingism. I don't think we should go there. No. I think we should just move on, Graham, shouldn't we? Because I don't think it's the time or place on the Ben and Grem show. I don't know what woke is. Now, Andrew, I don't either. I remember hearing woke mentioned on a TV programme or TV news article thing. I don't know what it was. I heard it mentioned. It might even have been amongst others. And I don't even know what it is. I think it's just a way to describe a category of people of the now, isn't it? Have you got enough? H2O, Grem? Or
I've got plenty of water.
do you need a top up?
Oh no, because I would need to use the toilet if I drank any
fair
more
enough.
water.
That's fair enough. I don't think woke stands for anything, but I know it refers to people that. Can you read that last bit? I've lost control.
I don't think woke stands for anything, but I know it refers to people that we see as somewhat pretentious.
Thanks. Yeah, pretentious. Different. Yeah, I think we should leave this conversation now, shouldn't we? How do we even get started on that? Or was it my fault?
Oh, it's always your fault.
Yeah,
Ben.
that's fair enough. I have to say, I'm enjoying myself already, and it has been what 3-4 weeks. Has it been 3-4 weeks? Honestly, since we last done our stream.
I think it's been nearly 4 weeks.
About a month.
I think at 4th of September. Anyone correct me if I'm wrong, but I think 4th of September was our last live, which didn't. Well,
we've aged, don't we?
Yeah, we've aged. I've got a few more grey hairs. Oh, sorry, silver hair.
Yeah.
Become more wiser.
Yeah. Andrew says it's great to have the Ben&Grem show back online. Yeah, we will try and make it regular again. I mean, obviously I'm full time, aren't I? And you're full time, and obviously there's family involved and everything else in between. Obviously, we don't need to explain that to you. What we need, Grem, is a bigger production team, and I don't mean to say we need people behind the scenes pressing buttons. We need people in front of the camera, Grem, don't we? I mean, what's to say? I mean, take it like this, right? Everything evolves, doesn't it? Like, for example, we could have me and you one evening, couldn't we? And then we could have a couple other hosts, maybe.
With something to be discussed.
It's definitely. Well, I mean, what do you think, guys? I mean, obviously, then we would have to probably rename the show, maybe, wouldn't we? But we wouldn't want to do that, would we? But then, how?
Everyone, please just ignore what he just said, because we're not renaming no show. So
yeah.
We will discuss it.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll have a think about that. But Shell has said in the chat that salt and pepper hair. Salt and pepper. That's so we could say silver, but actually salt and pepper.
That looks awful. Look.
Salt and pepper, yeah, because that's kind of right, isn't it? Because you've got the colour of the hair, so you've got colour, and then you've got the silver. Together would be salt and pepper. If you put salt and pepper particles on a desk, you'll see what I mean.
Yeah. Right.
I forgot to say to Lee, yeah, I'm happy to film things for the show. Andrew, that's cool. Andrew says he's happy to film things for the show. That would be awesome. I mean, actually, yeah, collaboration. There's no reason for why any of you in the stream, for those that are watching, if you want to be part of the stream in some way, even if it's bringing us some material or otherwise topics of discussion, we're happy to have a chat about it. Or, I mean, we want the show to evolve, don't we? We want it to move forward, and we don't want it to become Ben boring, because after all,
Don't put yourself down.
No, I'm not. I'm just standing up a minute. I'm being honest about this, Grem, because there's only so much of me you want to watch, and admittedly, still. New stuff, new topics is always progressive, isn't it? It's evolution. We've got to evolve, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got.
Do you think?
Yeah, exactly.
So when do we start on the first topic, Graham, or are the people happy for us to continue with what we're doing? Because I mean, I'm comfortable. I could do some H2O actually.
Well, H2O.
Yeah.
Right.
What about you?
I'm fine.
Squeaky chair.
Good with it. I might have a little bit of my cloudy H2O. Lovely jubbly.
I think you should tell the viewers what you got in that.
No, I'm not.
Well, that ain't H2O, is it? You can't pass that off as H2O.
No. It's got vitamin C in it.
You definitely cannot pass that. That's see-through. Oh yeah, it is. Of course.
Oh God.
Yeah. So how have you been? I mean, Graham.
I've been fine.
We haven't seen each other for 4 weeks. It seems like forever, really.
No, we have seen each other.
It's been
quite
nice,
regularly because we're in a bubble.
Yeah, we are in the bubble. Of course we
Aren't
are.
we?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Forgot about that.
Oh, how can you forget about that?
For COVID-19 purposes, we're in a bubble.
Oh, for God's sake. Crying out loud. No, getting back to the comment from Andrew.
Hmm.
Andrew.
What was that? Can you remind me? Because I've forgotten.
Oh, about filming for the show.
Right, yes, Andrew.
Yeah.
Good point.
If you can message Lee
Please
and discuss from there, that'd be appreciated. We do really need to move on with the topics. I believe we've got 28 topics. I think we're going to possibly have to restructure the topics because I don't think we're going to have enough time now.
No, not with me talking. I
Even
understand.
though I know Ben could talk and talk and talk probably until the early hours of the morning, but
Well, let's just be clear about this thing, Graham. So we're going to restructure some of the topics, and that's fine because they wouldn't know what we're talking about anyway. Yes, they would because we put it up, didn't we? Okay, forget that. Moving on. So let's talk about some of the serious events going on, yeah? I mean, or otherwise, as people may or may not have known, but those watching the stream will know what the agenda is this evening because it's up on the Ben&Grem Show Facebook page. If there's anything you want us to discuss out of that in particular, we can. We'll pick up on it. I mean, that's another way we could go forward, isn't it? Yeah, we could put the agenda out there and then we can talk about it as you happen to want to know about it. Does that make sense? Yeah. It's kind of another way of involving your viewers, isn't it?
well, yeah, we could do that maybe if you don't mind next time.
Yeah, next time. I'm good at doing this, aren't I? Throwing all these great ideas, but
Because that way, the reason why I say this is because there's 28 topics. Not that we're going to get them done tonight.
we weren't ever going to get them done, will we?
But I like your idea.
Yeah.
But for that sort of idea to work, it probably means about 15 topics, and then whatever you guys want to add into the cauldron.
Yes. The stirring pot.
Yeah.
What about Trump? Are we talking about him tonight?
We do have an international news segment on it, yeah. Look, the word segment.
Segment. I mean, that is really quite recent news, isn't it? I mean, what else is going on in the world? I'll be honest with you, I have no idea. I have been cocooned in my own little world recently, Graham. Yeah, pretty much. Although we have got the information we need for tonight. It's just I might not know very much.
Well, we have been working on the show for over the past week and a bit, so...
on the show,
Yeah.
not on any information, right? Well, you have, always do.
Well, no, but you have as well, because you've helped out.
Well, I suppose so, yeah. I've turned up. Well, something smells nice. What are you cooking?
Cooking. Nothing, it's just my scent.
What's the first topic, Graham?
It was the first topic was Ben's favourite part of the show.
It was actually me starting this, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I knew that was going to happen.
Pointless news.
Pointless news. Oh yeah, my favourite part of the show. You just reminded me. Has it really been 4 weeks? It felt like I nearly forgot that. How could I forget we're opening on pointless news? What's wrong with me?
That's the reason why I thought we would do it as pointless news first.
Yeah. Well, let's. What am I saying? Let's do it.
Pointless news.
Now, but the thing is, Ben, can you remember what the
No, not at
topic
all.
is?
Not at all. I need another second.
Pointless news.
Right. Pointless news. Good evening, everyone. Ben's here again. Next
Hey.
topic. That's pointless news, isn't it? No. Breaking news. No, it's not breaking news, is it?
No.
It's not, is it? What am I even looking at?
You've got it. You got it.
I have got it. I know. I'm only pulling your leg.
Yes, I know.
Right. He's an interesting fella. I think I know him actually. No, I don't. Wow.
Guys, look, Ben, you should have read the story because it's quite hilarious.
It is
It's
hilarious.
a very funny story.
It is hilarious. Yes. Right. So, guys, here we go. This is pointless news. Topic number 1. And good evening. And it's good to have you back. Dave Swan. All right. He's a chap on the news. He admits he is overweight, but was flew Flummoxed. Ah, flummoxed. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, he was flummoxed. Yeah, flummoxed. Flummoxed. Who says that? Yeah. Oh, flummoxed.
What have you got in that H2O?
I don't know, maybe, it's a bit too strong. He was flummoxed by a sleeping bag advertised as large. Wouldn't even zip up, and he couldn't even get his arm in to fit in. Wow. Right. Okay. Let's move forward. A camper was less than happy when he bought a large sleeping bag from Amazon, Amazon worldwide, which looked like it would fit a child, only a child. So in other words, he's gone and bought. So let's get me just to get to the understanding of this. So this guy, he's gone out and he's bought himself a jacket,
Sleeping bag.
He's bought himself a sleeping bag that was advertised as large, but it wouldn't even fit a child.
Yeah, do you get the point?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I don't want to though, because it's quite offensive, isn't it? Potentially.
Well,
he's 31 years of age. Blimey, now we're getting somewhere. He admits that he's overweight, but has astonished. He was astonished when he could not even zip up the sleeping bag, which was the first time he had ever experienced one. You telling me he's never been in a sleeping bag? Well, I suppose he hasn't been, has he?
well, maybe he's never been camping.
No. His wife Trisha is 28. He's punching, isn't he? Had to zip it up closed.
Zip what up close?
The sleeping bag one.
Oh, yeah.
And they will have to buy a new one before planning a camping trip for the next weekend to the Highlands.
Oh, so they do go camping.
It cost £12.67 from Amazon, this particular large sleeping bag.
So he's not happy about it.
No, he's not, actually.
So what is Amazon going to do about it, do you think?
Well, he weighs 25 stone, Grem. That's what it says. And his wife had picked up some camping stuff. We were starting to get out and about a lot more. And he said he thought it'd be a good idea to go and get a tent and go camping and get some camping equipment and stuffs. But yeah, surprising to his information, he's quite heavy. He's 6'2" and quite heavy. He won't fit in the sleeping bag. He'd been trying to go on various weight loss schemes to lose it, Grem, and he started hill walking.
Well, being 6'2", 25 stone, he's probably carrying it quite well in all over. So,
but do you think it's Amazon's fault, or do you think it's his fault? I mean, if you're going online and he's buying, he says large. Well, he's 21 stone. Would you not thought maybe extra large would be a bit better, more beneficial?
well, not just that. The fact that he's 6'2" and he's going for probably a standard size lengthwise.
Yeah, it's not going to fit him
sleeping
anyway.
bag. Yeah,
Well, I mean, you know, a child.
just be covering a certain part of his body.
What's the average height of a child, Grem?
Average height. Well, it depends on the age, doesn't it?
Of course it does. That's a silly question, isn't it? Depends on anything, really. I mean, how could you even... What's the average height of a child?
Oh God.
So I suppose give him some credit.
Yes. Yeah.
So he bought
Yeah.
a child's sleeping bag. Could have been a tall child for all he knew. 6 foot. He's a big bloke, isn't he? 6 foot, 21 stone. You wouldn't mess with him, would you?
No, not at all.
Well, that was pointless, really, wasn't it? Because what have we discovered from this? Really? Don't buy large if you're 21 stone, is in other
And
words.
6'2".
And 6'2" is pretty much the thing to take away from this comment. This scenario.
Maybe get better prepared before you decide to go on camping.
Yeah. Well, extra large, just extra large sleeping bag. It's possible, I'm sure
Probably
it is.
quadruple large.
Well, at least start with extra large. I could have forgiven him if he bought an extra large.
Well, large is not going to be enough.
No, it's not. I mean, I don't even think I'll get a large. I'm 6 foot. No, I probably would actually. I don't know, really. I don't know. Yeah, it must do. How? I've not even sized up sleeping bags, have you?
No, I can't say that I would size up a sleeping bag.
Not really. Well, unless you go camping, you're not going to do it, are you? But I would imagine a large is probably big enough. But for somebody who's 6 foot, maybe an extra large. I don't know. It all depends, because you've got socks are sized one way, you've got shirts that are sized another way, you've got shorts. I mean, they're all different size, and then you've got situations around countries, haven't you? Different countries size things differently. So actually,
also it depends on the way you sleep.
so this is a non-story, isn't it? Because it's all very well. He's bought a large, yeah, but the large that he bought in America, potentially, I'm assuming, might be a small over here, but large over there, and he just assumed that it was going to be the right size. I mean, I don't know.
You've got a point there.
I don't know. Well, about time, innit?
Yeah, there's a point to pointless news.
What is the point? I didn't think. No, you can't have a point to pointless news. That's
Well,
the point.
because America oversizes everything because.
Because
How do you say this? How upsetting some Americans. They overeat a little bit, don't they? The size of their meals. You go to a restaurant in America and you end up with a meal for 5 people.
is that why they go out and size their things slightly higher?
Well, possibly because the population is probably maybe of a slightly bigger size.
Yeah. Well, there you have it. So if you're big, go to America because you'll get better clothing. Although, hang on a minute. It was even from America. Let me. I need to digress here because
No, he wasn't from America.
Right, but
the
hang
Amazon
on.
department.
He bought it from America. He bought it from Amazon, didn't he? So American Amazon is slightly different to. They have their own Amazon, don't they? Am I right in saying that, Greg? So
So like on eBay or other selling sites, they come from different areas.
of course
don't
they do. Yeah.
So
A lot of things come from
item
China,
that he-
don't they? A lot of things come from China.
Oh yeah,
So if you're in America,
good old China. They give us quite a lot of things, don't they?
isn't it all to do with coronavirus? Isn't it all to do with what? Isn't it all to do with Grem deliveries? Like for example, if you live in America, you can't use. Obviously, you couldn't use the UK version of Amazon because it's not going to get to you, is it? So you use the American Amazon. But then if you use the American Amazon for delivery to the UK, again, some organisations within Amazon don't ship internationally. So that's the only reason why you'd have. Does that make any difference to where he bought this top? No, he didn't buy a top. He bought a sleeping bag. Does it make any difference to where he bought his sleeping bag, whether he bought it on the UK Amazon or whatever Amazon? It doesn't, does it? But I mean, I'm talking about sizes here, change of size. What is going on here, Graham? Where are we going with this? Because I'm confused. I don't think it is pointless as such, but I do feel like we're not going anywhere with it.
No, we're not.
We're not, are we?
Pointless news.
Yeah.
My gosh, it's meant to be like short clips of pointless news.
He says he's 6'2" and he's quite heavy. I mean, well, yeah, 6'2", and it's already been said that he's 21 stone. I mean, he's being quite generous with himself. He's being quite
25.
nice.
25. Wasn't it 25?
No, 21 stone.
21.
I'm sure he said 21 stone. Oh,
He's
it was 25. Graham, it was 25. Then you can't say he's quite heavy. Then you're doing yourself an injustice, mate, isn't he?
Well, he is because of his height. It's going to, as I said, it's going to be balanced
Well,
out.
he's not just
so-
quite heavy, is he? I mean, if he's gonna have this spoken about him, surely it's better to say he's gigantically heavy. I mean, 21 stone.
He's got some muscle tone, though.
Yeah, he has actually.
Not that anyone else can see the picture.
No, they can't, but they will,
Yeah.
won't they? I suppose they could, couldn't they?
Well, yeah. Well, we may put it on.
Well, look, no, I mean, all I need to tell you guys, if you're interested in seeing this guy, and you can Google it from your own home, and feel free, because that's what the internet's for. It's to explore and to understand. Dave Swan, age 31. Type in Google. I don't know what will come up on this, basically, so be careful. Ask the bill payer before you make the type. Yes, Dave Swan, 31. From, where is he from, actually? Don't think it says, does it? Well, if he's making a trip to the Highlands, I'm assuming he's in the UK. Are we talking Scottish Highlands here? I mean, the Highlands could be anywhere.
Yes, it's a English, it's a
Right,
British story.
So
Sorry.
forget absolutely.
Correction.
So the moral of the story is the topic in question isn't pointless news, but I would say Ben most certainly is.
Pointless news.
Yeah,
I should have started a stop clock or something.
that
like
was just completely pointless. Sorry guys, we talked about this one guy. Maybe it does help to read something before you talk of it. It really does, doesn't it? Because I assumed that he was from America. I mean, he even looks American. What does American look like? What does an American look like? That don't even make sense either. Next topic, Graham.
Well, the next topic's me.
Oh, good.
Not me, exactly.
Oh, good. We'll get some sense out of this one.
Well, I'm hoping, people.
Yeah, we can only rely on hope.
Okay, like sharks could be killed for what you call a squalene. I think that's how it's pronounced. It's the natural oil that is found within the animal's liver.
Right.
The reason for this is to help aid the creation of a vaccine for COVID-19. It's been proven from experiments that testing that it's a possibility, definitely, to be able to help out. Now, there is a group of people that are concerned about this, and rightly so, because it's been calculated even by the scientists that if there would need to be at least 1 billion doses made a year, and that would mean the slaughtering of around about 250,000 plus shark, just for the oil from their livers. Now, some patients may, not the sharks, it's not the sharks, but some individuals may need 2 treatments, so that's doubling up the figure. So we're talking possibly in creating quite a difficult time for a certain species on the planet. So a petition was got up. At the moment the petition is standing at just over 10,000 plus. They're basically urging the scientists to look into other avenues as well, which have been proven to assist in this with the oil, with the oil that they can get from the liver of the shark. So it's I think I'm with them on that, Ben. No, with the people, definitely.
What, to not get the oil extraction?
Yeah, exactly. Because if you think about it, you've got like all those sharks are going to be like slaughtered when there is a known element that procedure that can be implemented to create the same situation. So why is there need for something natural if something can be created which will basically give you the same result?
Yeah, well, yeah, and again, it's damaging, isn't it, natural life to produce something which maybe isn't the answer. You know, I mean, how do you catch a shark anyway? It's not like you throw a lead around it, is it?
Well, you basically go out to slaughter, so it would be hyper, you know.
The electronic, isn't it? It's not nice.
I don't like the idea of it, if possible.
Nah, well, they don't harm us. They do their own thing, don't they? There's no need for it. I mean, yeah, but all I do know is when we're talking about COVID here, and I hope I can follow on with this, and please pull me back if I can't, but certainly when we're talking of COVID and we're talking about vaccinations and so on, there is this feeling, isn't there, about vaccinations upon whether people feel they shouldn't be taking it because, well, whether you believe in it or not, it's not a matter of that, I know, but certainly there are people I've heard who have said they're not willing to take the vaccination. They don't believe in it. They don't want to do it.
Well, they are going through preclinical treatments at the moment. They're going through the evaluation of it. There is at present, from a Downing Street announcement on the press conference that they had a few days ago, I believe there is 200 possible vaccines.
Wow.
To work with. Out of that, they at the moment, this is UK based. Other countries will probably have a similar amount, maybe the same sort of vaccines. But there's 2 at the moment which are in the stage of being tested to, and I think they're being tested on humans now. I'm not 100% sure on that.
Well, yeah, it's clinical trials, isn't it? clinical trials. I mean, I do think there is. I mean, I did see something a few months back. And now, when we had the first,
I can remember something. So
you remember the first official lockdown we had, which was back in March, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was brought up then.
It was brought up then, and I do remember there was you could go on this. You could actually go on the trial. I think you could be paid something like up to, I don't know. I think it was something like £5,000.
That was about a month before the final part of the lockdown, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To get a vaccination. So it's better than do it on humans than animals, isn't it? I think if we're going to test, we should always.
Well, it needs to be really. It does need to be tested on humans.
Only because it's
it's affecting humans.
But it's not just that. I mean, humans can speak for themselves, whereas animals can't. So, you can't really to test an animal. It's not able to say no, is it? I think this is where the issue is, isn't it? If an animal could communicate with us and say, yeah, do you know what? Prod me with that needle. It's not a problem. Then fine.
I think the reaction would be a lot different within an animal anyway, besides us humans.
Yeah, true that. I mean, obviously you get people, don't you? Heard stories about testing on rats and things like that. I mean, how they think that somehow the immune system is going to work similarly is quite. I mean, I don't know. Obviously, these scientists know what they're doing, but it does seem bizarre, doesn't it? That if you're testing something on an animal, that it's probably better you test it on the animal in question that you're going to intend to use it on.
Exactly.
As opposed to testing it on an animal which would completely act differently depending on any set of scenarios. Yeah, I get it. So the moral of the story is, if you're going to make tests possible, then test on humans and humans alone. If you don't believe in COVID, not have a test. If you do believe in it, then have a test. Or just wear a thicker jacket and a face mask. Because some have said that actually, as much as it's like a strain of the flu and it can be caught or contracted, similarly like if a flu or cold can be contracted, what is the best form of progression, going forward? I mean, are we talking really going about your life with the mask? Or are we saying get rid of the mask and just carry on as normal? What's safer? I mean, it's got to have some beneficial impact, hasn't it, masks?
I think we'll know more by spring.
Yeah, I think we will.
With regards to the PPE that we will have to probably use for maybe a year further.
Yeah.
But the main issue here is personal care, personal hygiene, and simple things. Washing your hands.
Yeah.
Keeping your hands clean.
But I think also, Grem, I think another thing we want to mention, I think as well, is if you're going about your life, whatever you might be doing, whether you're working, whether you're, I don't know, not doing much else, because that's all you can do at the moment, isn't it? And sleep and eat. Just look after yourself, to the point being, make sure you keep your immune system strong. I mean, and this is the point, isn't it? Because if your immune system drops, then of course you naturally are subjected to the possible flu virus or various other viruses. So just keep yourself healthy.
Yes.
And be respectable of other space, I suppose. And you keep that in mind. I think no one's going to get COVID. But again, I think, everybody gets ill, don't they? I mean, it's natural to get ill. I think you have to be ill because it's the way of your body building up the necessary antibodies, isn't it, to live? To think that you could go around your daily life, day in, day out, without ever getting ill would be weird, because actually, and more probably dangerous, because your body's not able to build up the necessary defences. So you need to be ill. It's a good thing to be ill every now and again. So I think we should probably not be so, in fear. But I would say, however, for those that would consider themselves, in my mind now, this is the way I look at it. For those that consider themselves, Graham, somebody who is considered to be of high risk, now somebody who's got other medical conditions, I would say don't necessarily, in my mind, and I'm not saying this is what you should do because I'm not professional enough to tell you this, but I would say in my mind, don't stop living your life, don't stop seeing people you love, but just ensure that you do take absolutely the best care of yourself, on the basis knowing that if you were to catch the virus along with other medical conditions, then you could be subjected to be at more of a risk of death, sad to say. So actually, I don't think we should be maybe going, in my mind, about the way we are, such as you can't see people, you've got to lock yourself down. I think we just need to take personal care of ourselves.
Be more vigilant.
Like you said, Graham, wash your hands. If you're somebody who's got a long life illness that is controlled by medication but yet considered high risk, just make sure you eat your greens and your gravy.
Gravy.
Yeah, and keep those proteins high. You know, look after yourself. Get necessary sleep. Don't drink too much. I don't know. Put yourself in the best position not to catch any bacterial infections. And for that reason being is then your body is going to fight anything it comes at. You know, so COVID's going to have half a chance. And this
It's all
is
about adapting, as we mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
In the show, to start the show, everyone needs to adapt to certain situations, and this is extremely important for not just the health of yourselves, but of your family, your loved ones, your nearest and dearest, and other people that you may come across. So just protect yourselves.
well, yeah, that's all you can do.
Everyone just needs to protect themselves, and then it will help slow.
It's just common sense,
virus.
isn't it? It's common sense, isn't it? I mean, you know, we're brought up as children. We're brought up to believe it's good to wash your hands. It's good to, you know. I mean, none of this stuff we've forgotten about, have we? Let's face it. I mean, it's all right. The government saying you've got to wash your hands and you've got to sing songs when you're doing it and all the rest of it. You know, we are competent, I think, as a human race to understand the need to keep hygiene up in any case and look after yourself. I mean, you know, it's not an old wives' tale to suggest that if you don't eat well, you will get ill. Everybody knows that if you don't eat food properly, i.e. your varied diet and eating regularly and having decent sleep, everybody knows if those things are to become lacking, then you are more subjected to illness. So with that in mind, as I said, we know there's a virus going about, so we have individual responsibility in protecting ourselves. And I think, I'm not going to go as far as saying, Grem, that there's selfish people out there that don't care less, who like the old runny nose, on a regular basis, who like living on cigarette butts. I don't know, but for those individuals in question, you know, you are opening up the chance of infection, and as a result of that, I think you're the ones, mention no names, who are the ones we should be pointing the finger at, not the ones that want to go out and enjoy themselves, but those individuals that say, well, I don't mind being ill because I don't look after myself, but I'm going to be selfish enough to get ill and then give it to your mate and your mate's mate. That's the issue here, guys. So COVID's not a problem, it's the way of life. We can deal with any situation if we use our heads. Why have we got a Prime Minister called Boris Johnson when we could have just done that ourselves?
Would you want the responsibility?
Well,
I don't think I would.
Probably not, but you've only got to say it once. I mean, once is enough, innit? You can replay it. I don't think we need to say any more on the subject. We've killed it.
I think Boris Johnson has said a few things quite simply, and it's not been adhered to. But then he said some other things that have been a bit not understood properly, because he's watched his terminology, how he's pronounced something, and brought it across, so he's confused some people.
Well, he's got to be. It's a tricky one for Boris, isn't it? Because he knows what he thinks, but of course, it's not about what he thinks. It's about what the nation thinks, upon what he hopes they would see the Conservatives in this position would do. So not only is he pleasing his voters, but he's also pleasing Labour voters as well, and he really is, because there's no way in my mind, Graham, that our Prime Minister Boris Johnson would really be taking the decisions that the Conservatives are taking now if it was down to them and them alone.
Not at all.
This is absolutely to please the Red Warriors, I'm going to call them, because if it wasn't for the way that he's doing it, then yeah, we would have a different scenario. I mean, what we do know is, and I refer to moving on to, is we talked about Trump, didn't we? Very briefly, we spoke about him earlier. Now, there was a suggestion that if Biden was to get in control, and it was told that if Biden got in control, then he would then implement the lockdown, and there was a worry that the American economy would struggle, because it's actually after this course of time that Trump's been in, had the economy improved.
Yeah. And then the blame would be put in one direction,
well,
and not on the.
Well, this is it. Naturally, what you'd expect to hear is that when it all goes washy, it would be Trump's fault and his
because he didn't go and lock down any sooner.
Exactly, but that's not going to be the case at all. And you heard it here first, guys. So, like I say, so if, as and when Biden puts in his lockdown in America, and the American people are upset because their economy's about the most equivalent to throwing eggs at a door, messy, then we can only say it's Biden's fault here, because Trump said he was not going to shut down America. I mean, some people might disagree with that. Some people might think actually you should shut down America, but it seems.
Do you know, we have shifted off the story slightly,
Massively,
little bit.
absolutely.
But you know, whilst we're on this, it's pretty sad if you think about it, that you can't just have a news bulletin or a news broadcast from 10 Downing Street, or the government just say, you know, this is what's happening, we need you to take care of yourselves, etc., etc., personal care and all that business.
Yeah.
And then we'll be back in contact with you in a week's time, and have faith in the British public to actually wash their hands, take care of themselves. But no, it takes a more authoritative action. But this is what's quite upsetting, is that some people, a majority of people in fact, which is, it's quite sad saying it, just can't seem to take a simple instruction.
Yeah, but then, you know, you could also say, couldn't you, you know, that the government have figures, and yet the figures are maybe not entirely correct, on the basis that actually for those that have had the virus, again, we know that, was it the virus that's done it, taken their life, or was it because of other underlying health issues, or was it a death caused by COVID itself at all?
But even with that all in the cauldron as such, you know, we've got
the mixing pot.
Yeah, the great big mixing pot. You know, we've got the financial situation to do with the country.
Yeah.
The country needs money. The country is a business.
The country needs you,
and that,
to look after yourself.
You know, and for the NHS to be able to function, it needs money to function. So we've got to do our bit as the public. We need to do our bit.
Yeah, he's right. I believe everything you say. So why couldn't Boris have said this? I think he has, hasn't he?
He has said it, but,
more or less.
You know, but in a political way. But I haven't said it that great. But
I think you said it pretty well.
It's just simple, really. Just take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Look after your loved ones.
Wash your hair occasionally.
Yeah.
You
Not
know,
like this one.
Not like this one, but you know, I think it's great that we've come back to discuss this, Grem, because this is something that's been missing from the internet, hasn't it?
Well, our next
not the show.
Our next point goes into it.
The information that we're projecting.
Yeah.
Please follow on. You know exactly where we're going with this.
It's your next point.
I know it is. I know. Yeah. Right. Next point is me. Yes. So this is an interesting one because Grem, we're still with politics, aren't we? But we're talking about.
It's a continuation from the first story.
It is, but we're talking about international trading nations now, aren't we? And that's what we are now. We are now an international trading nation. Well, we always were, but my point being is we are an independently international trading nation. Because, Grem, the British public, or should we say the public procurement contract, which is worth 1.3 trillion for UK businesses, marks another significant step for the UK as an independent trading nation. That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
And so basically what that means, of course, is that we know that's all to do with the World Health. No, it's nothing to do with the World Health Organisation, is it? It's the World Trade Organisation.
Yeah. Well, it probably comes into it at some
they're all
point.
linked, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're all well, basically, yeah. The World Trade Organisation was if I'm correct in saying, the World Trade Organisation, WTO, was formally involved with the UK as members. We of the members to World Trade, which was back in 2000. No, it wasn't 2000 either. I am not doing well here at all, guys. No, it was 1995 actually. I did wonder what I was talking about then. So yeah, in 1995 we became members of the World Trade Organisation. but we were not involved in a sense of how we went through our trading business as such, because although we had a seat on the World Trading Organization, we didn't actually have a say in the sense of anything that would be immediately impacting us. And the reason for that was because we were members of the European Union, and of course you may have heard not just myself and not just this chap here, but Mr. Nigel Farage from the United Kingdom Independence Party and many other people campaigning up and down the country, saying at the time of the referendum that we could fall back to World Trade Organization rules, which was something that we done pre-1992 for documentation, import, exportation purposes. So now that we've left the European Union, we can now formally take our seat again back into the World Trade Organization, and we can actually have a say which will directly impact our involvement to the world global stage. Is that right? Is that more or less? That was my synopsis. I like that. I've never said that before on a live stream. That was my synopsis. I even said it 3 times.
No. Right.
So be able to continue to bid continue bidding for the public sector contracts around the world, which is worth over 1.3 trillion a year. It's also been said that a meeting in Geneva, the Government Procurement Agreement (GPA) committee confirmed that United Kingdom can join the GPA as an independent nation from the 1st of January 2021. Previously, the UK participated through membership of the EU. Yes, that's right. So, of course, it's right because that's what it said. Yeah. So basically, long and short of it is, World Trade Organization is coming to fruition again.
Basically, have our seat back. It's been vacant for so many years.
Yeah, well, like I say, I still understand to believe we were always members of it, but yet, although directly involving us was not the case, because we went through all our business, didn't we, through the European Union Commission. So
the European Union basically had one seat for all their nations.
For all their nations
within their umbrella.
Yeah. Which is globalisation, isn't it? It's globalised politics. It was global chaos. But anyway, so no, I'm pleased you gave me that because it says also that the GPA is an agreement between 20 parties and 48 WTO members. So 48 members is quite a hefty room, isn't it?
That's probably the reason why, like Boris Johnson has stated recently. In my own words, this is, but similar context. Any more like
foul play
or a situation that will develop from the European Union that is causing some strain on the discussions. Boris Johnson has said we are set to go. Basically, yeah. we have an avenue to go.
Yeah.
So they either want to talk sensibly,
in other words,
or not at all.
Graham, isn't it? In other words, work with us if you choose, and if you don't, well, guess what? Don't worry, because we'll just go about ourselves. In other words, you can't tell us what to do anymore. More or less, isn't it? You cannot bully us anymore.
It's sad that it's going to get like that. You know,
it is sad, but we always knew it was going to be the case, didn't we? Because we already knew that you can't change a leopard by its spots on the basis that, what a saying that is. I like that saying. You can't change a leopard by its change the leopard spots, because simply the European Union had their ways, didn't they? And they weren't prepared to change. They don't understand, or actually that's not the right word to use. They don't not understand. They don't like to believe in independent nation state democracy. And so with that said, under the globalization of their politics, they were never going to be able to allow us to be free-handed with our business. And so that's why it's always going to be difficult, and that's why I think we're still here in that same situation, aren't we? Which is what I think is a great step, Graham, isn't it? Boris coming out saying, look, this is what we've done, we're a World Trade Organization member fully now, we're going to take a seat, we're going to have a say, and we're going to work together as a united front. That sounds like the Judean People's Front, doesn't it? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I believe the Secretary of State said something similar to do. No, it wasn't Secretary of State. It was the Chancellor.
Hammond.
Was it Ritchie?
Richie
No,
Hammond.
not-
Oh no, Sunak.
Sir Richie Hammond.
Hammond. Oh, he went ages ago, didn't he?
Yeah,
Sunak. Yeah.
but his name wasn't Richie.
That wasn't Richie Sunak. You may as well have called him Lionel Richie.
Hang on.
Richie Sunak. Who's Richie Sunak? It's Richie Sunak. Yeah. Who's he? He's the. Yeah, I know who he is. Richard Hammond. Who's Richard Hammond? He's the bloke in Top Gear, isn't he? What's going on?
No, right. Anyway, we sort of got a bit confused. I think.
You think?
Yeah.
Oh.
After our opening, we should have went on to. We should have went on to the topic that we're talking about now, and then it was about the fish oil. Isn't it? Fish oil.
Fish oil. Yeah, fish oil.
I've done that, haven't I?
Have you?
Shark.
Oh yeah.
I call it fish oil.
Was it liver oil though, wasn't it? You were talking about.
Yeah, well, it's from the shark, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
like a fish.
How do they even come up with this? So what do they do? Randomly poach a shark one day? Just go. Do you know what? I'm going to extract the oil from that livery shark, and
Livery shark.
I'm gonna use it. I mean, how did that come about? I mean, where did the logic come from?
Well, sadly, you know,
I mean,
experiments in that sort of
COVID.
way needs to be done with it. Well, it's not just done for COVID though. I think I mentioned it. Maybe I didn't. Maybe it's a good thing that Ben's done what Ben does and he's being brought back into the topic again. No, I brought it back in, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
No, it's me. Basically,
about time you did that,
this,
innit?
yeah, this
do you want me to let you finish?
yeah,
Go on.
you can do. The oil that they can extract from the liver, the natural oil, of course,
Yeah.
is used in loads of different medications to help speed up the process of the treatment, and also to make the necessary components of it to blend it together.
Mm-hmm.
So it's used for two specific reasons. But there is another component which is similar, which is man-made to the natural from the shark. One of these days I will be able to speak freely. Anyway, so
I think you did well.
I think I explained it better and briefly just now than I
think
did in
you-
the previous time.
I think you did all right.
Ah.
You can't see our hands, can you guys?
No.
We're both going like this, aren't we? Yeah. What's going on? What's going on down the local park? Oh yeah, it's shut, isn't it?
Well, as long as my hand's not over that way.
You know, what's going on in your
It's this
pub?
way.
Mobile phones. I can't. Do you know what? Wouldn't you just like one day without a mobile phone? How would you cope with it? Would you cope? A week, 7 days of no mobile phone existence. It's like, I don't know. Boris decides to put out a mite killing internet bug, and he just throws this little mite out of the 10 Downing Street, and it just goes into the air or something. Randomness now. It should have been pointless news, shouldn't it? And then basically it stops every transmission of mobile phone access and usage. So basically, in other words, this becomes obsolete for a week, right? Can you imagine it? Can you imagine just how people would start talking to each other, wouldn't they? Can you imagine it? I mean, what would we talk about?
It's amazing, isn't it?
What would we talk about? What would we talk about? If we never had mobile phones, we wouldn't talk at all, would we?
No, we did this.
The Ben&Grem Show wouldn't exist.
Well, no, the technology wouldn't be there to make
No,
it
it wouldn't, would
exist.
it? Oh, well, that's a shame, isn't it? Oh, actually, maybe it's not a great idea.
We have to create a paper.
Yeah. No, that's hard work. No. All right. Okay. Well, that ain't gonna work. Maybe somebody's already thought about this. No, actually, no. We don't want to put a ban on the internet. We just want to put a ban on mobile phones, right? So let's not get too carried away with ourselves. So no, we'll carry on with this, all right? So we ban mobile phones, but we don't ban the internet because we need that, don't we? So for business purposes, the internet exists, but actually no. because you can use it when you're at home. I don't take people's liberties away, but then it would be taking liberty away if you had no mobile phone, wouldn't it? No, look, let's just say for a week,
Reasonable use.
No, let's just say for everybody can use their mobile phone as long as it's a Nokia 8310.
That'd be nobody then.
You can use your mobile phone, but you can only use Nokia 8310.
Well,
and for those,
3210
and for those of you on the woke generation, welcome to Snake.
Oh yes.
Yeah, trying to put a petition in about that one.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Waiting.
It wasn't that bad, was it?
Snake, no.
Do you think they could find anything wrong with Snake? There must be something they could find. I mean, they could find anything wrong with anything, can't they?
Probably maybe the shape, maybe the colour.
Mm.
You know, the whatever it is, they'll find something wrong. That's the way it is.
The woke.
But that's not down to. It's not really their fault.
Can you imagine the uproar? They wouldn't be able to organise their marches.
But they're only acting the way they are, behaving the way they are, is because they're being indoctrinated. What's the word?
Indoctrinated.
Yeah.
Indoctrinated. Yeah, but do you know what? That'd be really funny.
So many times, but
They wouldn't be able to set up their marches, Grem, and then the paper wouldn't be able to be biased and say that the right-wing marches, activists, right wing. It would be. They might even talk about the left wing for a change, mightn't they? I mean,
doubt it.
they never do they? Do you remember when down in Dover, guys? Do you remember there was things going on in Dover, like the marches and so on? I mean, we're well off topic right now, but hear me out for a minute. And then they always put it right wing activists. I mean, what?
Well, why they couldn't have turned around and said that a group?
Does that have to be
a
special?
group that are anti, an anti-immigration group turned up?
But why can't they just say?
But they behaved.
Anti and
there
pro.
was no issues.
Yeah, why can't they say anti and pro though? This is what gets on my nerves. Please, anybody that's watching this that's honest enough to say you're a journalist, please put in a statement. Put in a chat why you feel it's necessary to talk about only the right wing activists who happen to go out and express their views. Yet we actually see equally there are problems on the other side, and yet left wing never gets mentioned. Left wing activism never gets mentioned. Unless you're in the council chamber and you hear Labour's name mentioned, but that's behind the scenes. And I told you that, but I'm not telling you how I heard that because then I might get myself into trouble. But I'm telling you these things do happen, but the paper don't want to know about it. So
they're only reacting, aren't they? On
reactionists, aren't they? Reactionists.
Exactly. And the thing is, the norm, which is the majority of feeling within any country, is being classed as negative.
Sad, isn't it?
And all because there's a group of people, a small group of people with it media-wise and political elites that have created maybe a situation that has blown out of control. But it's still a small point against the majority.
Yeah. I agree.
No,
we spent far too much time on the woke generation, Grem.
Yeah, I know, but they're such a lovely bunch of people.
Yeah, they are actually. They are.
They are. You
can even see.
That sounded sarcastic.
No.
I'm really sorry about that. Well, I was actually being cheeky, yes, but don't blame them. It's been brought to them. It's been created by an older generation, slightly older generation with a certain particular view on
ignorance.
No, it's a view.
Certain particular ignorance.
No, it's a view.
Yeah, a view. Yeah.
It's a view of wanting to speed up a better life for humanity. Well, you can't speed up something that quick. It takes time. I'm going right off the record here, but in 1807, the British Parliament initiated necessary proceedings to stop slave labour. Now, I'm not going to go into the recent big group and protests that have been going on at the moment because they don't need any more airtime. And they don't.
No.
Because it's causing a lot of anxiety amongst other situations, and it's not fair.
No, it's not.
It's on the people that they're supporting, basically. But it took, I believe, between 36 to 38 years to actually cease the slave trading within the British Empire. And then after that period, or just before that period, the Royal Navy was also used to go further afield towards the Americas. And then I think from there, I believe the Americas were one of the last parts of the earth to actually eradicate the slave labour. But it took between 36 and 38 years from 1807 to get to, it takes time.
It does.
You can't just speed up something.
It does. Yeah. No, I agree. And just to add to that point, Grem, and I want to just pick up on what something has been said within the chat. Lee has said that we live in a generation or a time where it's reactionist. So basically we hear something, whether it's in the paper, whether it's on the news, we react to it straight away. We don't think about it, we just react to it. We react on it based on what we think others would find acceptable and react on it, and before you know it, everybody's thinking the same way. We don't join up thinking, and that's what he's right in saying. He's absolutely right, Lee. You're absolutely right. We do not join up thinking, and we don't give ourselves an opportunity these days to be able to sit down in a room with individuals that may or may not have the same view and talk it out responsibly and respectfully. That's not what happens anymore.
Critical thinking.
Critical thinking, Grem. It doesn't happen anymore. And this is what I think does need to happen, because that is a brilliant way to educate. Because even when you've done that, you might not believe it. Whatever it is that you've come to the conclusion of on a group basis, you might not still believe it. But at least you've given yourself the opportunity to understand. Now, I'm not trying to be ignorant there, Grem, when I say give yourself the opportunity to try and understand. I say that because a lot of the time there are certain people in society that will not even have the conversation. And that's the problem. Because
they believe that they're correct. But again, you can't blame them totally.
No,
because it's what they've been taught.
Yeah. It's very sad.
Because the critical thinking side of things hasn't been initiated the way it should have been.
Graham, the trouble is with this is that so you get these people that, as you say, they're brought up this way. They go about their life without critical thinking, more giving exception to everything without any question. There is a fear that actually what that is doing on a grand scale is actually diminishing human rights. Because if you think about it, there are situations that go on in our life, regardless of what the situation is, where you've got people that will stand up and be counted, and you've got people that will sit back and say nothing. Now, this way of politics, which is manifesting left-wing ideology, I would say the problem with that is that it enables people to be suppressed, not speak out. And when you do speak out amongst these individuals, you're seen to be looked on differently on this basis, just for asking the question. Now, this is my thing, and Lee's right. Reactionary. We need to be.
Yes, and
thinking.
Lee's correct.
As
you stated, because it's not just the left. You will have the government at the moment, which is obviously centre right.
Yes.
Even though that the left will class them as right, but they're not. They're centre right. In fact, at the moment in the Pacific time,
being led by the left,
I would say they're more broad church because of the coronavirus. Because the Conservatives are actually doing something that they don't really like to do.
Yeah, I would say, Graham, you're right.
Because it's a financial thing at the end of it.
It's a financial thing, and of course what we are doing essentially is damaging our economy for the basis of doing what we would think to understand as being the right thing to do over COVID. And I think if you absolutely allowed the Conservatives to have a true and honest say on the matter, I think they wouldn't do it as they are now. I think we would still be able to go out. I think we'd still be able to live our lives, but with conditions, certainly. Curfews, maybe.
Yeah, I don't believe that they would be going so hard on what they're doing now.
I think they're trying to keep Labour votes, Gwen.
But if
I really
Conservatives weren't in power, what you're seeing now financially, triple it, quadruple it.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm going to say on the subject.
Yeah, I think we should move on because we don't want to bore the viewers. But I just think it's there's lots of different opinions based on COVID. There's lots of different opinions based on current governments, and they're all trying to, I think, fair to say, they're all trying to work together to find a common cause for a solution to all of this. And of course, they are doing things differently in certain places. I think majority of our political thinking here in the UK happens, I think, to be led by Europe, simply because we've seen France take a lockdown, we've seen Spain take a lockdown, and Germany, and we seem to be following suit. And so I don't think we are, even at the moment, still thinking for ourselves. And I think that's something even our government's probably going to have to get used to, simply because we are a country now that is independent, and that be it, we aren't decided upon business upon others in another area. We can actually run our country from Parliament now. So we do need to step up to the plate. We do need to make decisions. We do need to do what's best for our economy. And just because France and Spain go into lockdown, we shouldn't necessarily need to follow. I mean, there's no pressures anymore. We're not part of the European Union anymore. We can make decisions now.
It all does depend, though, on what the scientific advice is.
Yeah.
But as Ben is saying, that there is some political pressure from Europe and within our own ranks as well, to do within Parliament, the different parties.
Yeah, I agree.
So the Conservative Party are having to adapt more than what they would normally have to adapt in any other situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What frightens me the most, and I was talking to some people recently about this, Graham, is the controlling element of all of this. Like, what is our country becoming? And I don't think it's the first time people have asked this question. We are sort of sitting back and looking at everything going on at the moment, and we're sort of saying to ourselves, how has this happened? How have we become a nation that has now had virtually almost every part of its freedom sapped? When has anything been that serious to physically stop us from doing the things we enjoy doing? I'm not saying we're completely lack of freedom. I mean, we're not.
It's not I mean, a lockdown is where basically, like, close your door, you're not coming out, that's it.
Yeah.
Have luck.
Yeah,
but it's not like that. You go to the shops.
True, but you still, you can go to shops, but it's for essential items, isn't it? But you can't just take a stroll out to the town and have a look around because nothing open.
But when you did go and stroll around the town,
Yeah.
you went for essential items.
Yes.
So it's just.
But that's what we do, because that's why we go to town to do it. But certainly, you can't.
Well, maybe the odd coffee or two.
Yeah, you can't even do that.
Well, yeah, but then that's a sacrifice that we as the public need to make. We need to, forget about your coffee from Costa, unless you want it delivered. But we don't need to worry about that sort of thing. It's just the necessary items that we need.
Yeah. I mean,
to get through the day, week.
We just need to just do as I'm told, Graham. It sounds like the moment of the USSR under the regime of do as I do, not as I say moment.
Go back 30 years or 25 years when I'm going to have to Google this actually.
Do as I say, not as I do.
When was it that we only? I mean, this country, we used to get laughed at. Oh, how many TV stations have you got? Oh, 4. 4. How many TV stations do we have now?
Too many.
We've got Netflix as well now. There's all sorts of things that you can get now. So there's a lot of time. There's a lot of.
They start charging you now, though, didn't they?
Netflix.
Well, not Netflix, but Amazon. Amazon Prime being another one. You go on there and you want to watch a film and you've got to rent it. What's that about? I thought Blockbusters went under.
Certain ones, isn't it?
Unbelievable.
Certain films.
Why do I want to? You pay your. And Sky's been doing this, and I'll have a go at Sky as well.
It's a one-off payment that you also pay for a TV station, but I can't remember what it's called. But it's not the BBC.
It's like box office, isn't it?
Yeah,
box office.
Yeah.
But you're getting that with sport, and they now I think looking at scrapping it because you've got games that are going on, and you've paid your subscription for your Sky package. I will say Sky, but I don't want to be completely Sky here because it could be others as well.
Yeah.
But so you're paying your money, but then now you're expected to pay pay-per-view. Now I understand when you've got things like boxing, because boxing's a one say every now and again thing. You could get a fight in boxing, couldn't you? And then it could be not until 12 months time. So you've got all that build up, and then when you finally get there, bang, the fight's going on, and so everyone's bringing their mates round for a drink. Not at the moment because of COVID, and you pay your money to watch it. And I get that. But football, week in, week out, you pay Sky Sports to broadcast. That's their job. That's why they're there. That's why they exist. And yet they still want you to pay pay-per-view. Unbelievable. I'm glad it's going. I say that. I can't say that for sure, but that's what I've heard. Good. It's too much greed in this world. Too much greed. Just think about the money that the government are saving as well.
Well, the BBC used to do the BBC and ITV used to be the ones for sports, but then they screwed up big time, and that's why Sky got the package. So, you know, hopefully they'll sort themselves out.
Yeah. Well, you know, Lee's saying about, you know, about the law. He's saying about trust the law. You know, maybe yes, they'll have some secrets, and I think we just got to do that, haven't we? We've got no choice but to do that. I mean, what can we do otherwise? You know, what are we expected to do? If we don't agree with the government, we vote them out. But I don't think it's solely the government that's really doing this. I think there's people behind the scenes, really, isn't it? Making waves. But I would say that, you know, we're going through life, and we do have to do as I'm told. There are times where we just have to just comply. But I think people are getting restless, and I do think that there are people that want to get their life back. You know, the amount of people I speak to at the minute that are talking about wanting to go away. They want to go abroad. They can't go abroad because there's no travel. I mean, so, you know, people need a holiday. There are some people out there still working, you know, so what do we do with our lives right now, right? So we book some time off. What do? Go around your mate's house. You can't even do that.
But the most recent briefing at Downing Street, they brought up with regards to the R rating, and they said it is extremely similar, if not the same, as Spain.
Yeah.
And they also mentioned it takes between, I need to be corrected on this if I'm wrong, please, everybody, between, I believe, 2 and 3 weeks for the virus to take hold as such. If that's the case, and it's and Spain and then us, then it's connected to individuals going on, possibly maybe deciding to go on holiday during a pandemic. Do I need to say any more? I've brought this up before in previous episodes. You know, at this moment in time, and I know I rant on a little bit to do with the financial state of the country, and of course the money that needs to come into the country will come from like air companies, etc. You know, when you fly out to specific places, it's difficult, really, mate. But I've said before, I would not be going on holiday during a pandemic. Not me.
No.
I'd rather stay within my own bubble, within my local area, and swing through some trees. Go camping.
Make sure you get the right sized
Yeah. Duvet. Duvet.
sleeping bag.
Sleeping bag. Actually, that chap should have got a duvet. Just you know, got his partner or himself just to sew it together, and have a big enough bag then, wouldn't he?
How did they go camping? I'm assuming they went by a tent. With a tent. Did they go? I mean, it doesn't say, does it? Didn't say. Anyway, where are we? Where are we?
We're all over the place.
We are all over the place, but that's again not your fault.
No, well, it's well, no. The reason why we have gone a bit ski whiff is not my fault. No. But then I haven't helped matters. So we're sort of in together. So we're sort of right. Where are we?
Don't know.
We're there. With regards to, have you got that? You've got to obviously not. You know you've got to translate it. Where is that?
Let's go back one. Well, guys. Yeah. So we've covered quite a bit this evening. Anyway, haven't we? COVID. Donald Trump. Good old Donald Trump. He'll be back. We've covered. What else have we covered? What else have we covered?
About 4 topics. We keep like floating in between them all. Yeah. So I'm not sure if this is going to go well. The rest of it, but there might be a couple of things that we might be able to pick up on.
I think we should fire away, Graham. What have we got next?
Fire away. Should we just choose one? Otherwise
Go on.
we're going to be here otherwise.
You choose, please, because I think we need a moderate conversation on its way.
I don't know. I think we need something funny. Okay. Bear with us, people. We're getting there. It's all organised. Honestly. Wasn't it?
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What's going on? It was all organised.
Pandemic. Blame it on the pandemic.
Yeah, you can. That's what they all do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everything's to do with the pandemic. Anything that goes wrong, just blame it on COVID. Can you do that?
Have you got
of course
yours
you can.
up?
That's what they're doing, isn't it? That's what they are doing. I think we've just hit the nail on the head. How did we become so knowledgeable, Graham? I mean, with these things like COVID and the rest of it, how did we become so... How did we manage to take the glasses off? You know what I mean? Let's just go... It's just about living life, isn't it? Without your eyes closed. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? I wish people did that in life, don't you? More people walk around with their eyes closed. Or open, should I say.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you think, if more people walked around with their eyes open, then people wouldn't have... We're not going to talk about work again, are we? Let's get to the next topic, Glenn.
I'm not sure what to go with now because we're sort of all over the place, aren't we?
Yes, well, you always are.
Apologies.
Let's stay at this air.
Right, I think we will move on.
Is it a pointless news?
Not yet.
Oh.
Let's do something.
You mean to say we only had one pointless news?
No.
No, we didn't.
You've got loads.
I know we have.
Got loads of pointless news.
I know. Well, pick a pointless news.
Pointless news. Pointless news.
Yeah, why not? Let's have a pointless news. Because we only played one.
Okay. Pointless news.
Hang on a minute.
Pointless news.
Alright. 2 stone burger challenge. What? Gee whiz. Did I really say that? Guys, you didn't see that. But if you did, you would have said the same as me. Maybe not quite like I did, but I did it because I had to refuse to say what I was going to say because simply I'm on camera. Wow. That is huge. Basically, there's a chap here who's got a 2 stone
These people are
burger
going to be messaging for.
in his hand. It's like having the whole world in his hand, isn't it? Look at the size of it.
That's massive.
So what's the moral of the story here then, Graham?
Oh. A burger which weighs a whopping 2 stone and contains more than 30,000 calories, guys, can be yours for free if you are able to eat it within just 1 hour.
That's why does that sound easy?
I couldn't do that.
How much is it again? How much does it weigh to 2 stone?
Yeah, 2 stone. 30,000 calories.
Oh, so does it yeah, no, actually, it's an hour. It sounds like a long time, but it's not, is it? 2 stone. I mean, I can't even imagine. That's like eating a small child. I wouldn't condone doing that either.
No. I don't think that's very nice.
Why would a small child be 2 stone? They'd be less than that, wouldn't they? That's like eating a small dog.
Oh, yes. Not very nice.
Does that happen in China still? They still eat dogs in China?
Moving on.
Moving on.
No, the burger was created by
I don't think they
a
eat dogs.
takeaway in Workington in Cumbria. Has 24 pounds of beef within the patty alone, the equivalent to 56 normal sized burgers. 56.
Normal sized burgers. That's just...
It's also topped with a mountain of cheese, Ben.
I find it hard to eat 1 burger, let alone 6.
2 slices of bacon. Oh my gosh. And also a side of fries. And of course, you have the bun that goes with it.
Oh yeah, don't forget the bun.
30,000. Go on then. That's it.
So the moral story is, did the guy do it? Did he do it in an hour? So let me get this right. So if he was attempting to do this in an hour and he didn't actually achieve an hour, or if let's say he did it in an hour and 10 minutes, or otherwise he just didn't finish it at all because
This
after
is the
all,
chap that's created it.
oh, he's created it, right? So he hasn't taken up the challenge yet, right? So he's off. So what happens when they haven't achieved the challenge? So they fell short of finishing it.
They've got to pay for the burger.
Well, how much is the burger? I mean, are we talking? I mean, 50. Oh, okay. Well, let's put it into context. So you got 56 burger equivalent. So you're talking 56 burgers. What, Rustlers? That's 56 quid, isn't it? Pound a burger.
Well, yeah, if you think about it that way.
Rustlers.
Well, no, it all depends. It comes with the side fries as well.
All right, so you've got to pay 56 quid if you don't manage it in an hour. Wow, I wouldn't take up the challenge, do you? You know you're going to lose. You know it.
20 slices of bacon, I can't believe. I can't believe that. 20 slices of bacon. Man.
So hang on a minute. So the moral of the story is, what are you gaining from this, apart from obesity? And the fact is, okay, so you don't have to pay for it, but once you've finished it, well, what next?
Spend a whole week on sitting on the loo.
I mean, what do you just feel proud about the fact that you've eaten 56 burgers in an hour? I mean, what do you get from it? Do you win something? I mean, okay, nice to say, well, you've eaten 56 burgers, but it can't be great, can it? I mean, maybe. How about Grem? I think we need to get in touch with this guy. What's his name? Because look,
Guinness Book of Records.
well, we'll have a look and we'll message him or something, Facebook him or something. He'll be on Facebook, I'm sure he will, Twitter or something. But look, we message him and say, look, have you thought of this? So if they finish this 56 sized equivalent burger in an hour, then they get 56 quid back. If they don't finish it within an hour, they have to pay 56 quid for it, on the basis that Rustler's burger costs £1 and 56 Rustler's burgers is equal to 56 quid. So let's just say that, right? Now, is that okay? Is that reasonable? Would that give you an incentive?
And it won't eat in the profits, on these personal profits as much, will it?
No. Well, no, exactly.
Because they put everything else on top. So, I mean,
oh, yeah, of course.
A normal burger would probably, within a restaurant, would cost anything between about £8 and £12.
So I'm not including.
Go.
You're absolutely right, Graham. So I'm not actually. You've got a point. So actually, you're still saving. You're still making a profit because you're not including the cost of the cheese, the bacon. I guess. Yeah. Oh well, that was. It was pointless news in my head, for the reason being that there was no gaining anything from it. The point being is, okay, you could say, as I said, you could say that you've eaten a burger in an hour. That is the equivalent of 56 burgers, but it's pointless because you've got nothing to come back from that. I mean, you wouldn't be down the pub going, guess what, mate? Oh, you wouldn't believe this. What's that, mate? Well, I've just eaten 56 burgers. Good for you. You know what I mean? In an hour. Oh, yeah, have a pat on the back. I'll buy you a pint. You know what I mean? What are you gaining from this? What is this guy gaining from it? Apart from being skint because he's now lost 56 quid's worth of burger because some bloke's actually achieved this. Or even if he hasn't. Hang on, 56 quid was never a thing anyway, was it? So you weren't going to get 56 quid anyway, even if you ate it.
No, you just wouldn't have to pay for the burger if you could manage to eat it.
Right, so in other words...
But I had a quick flick through the story, but there's no mention of a specific price anyway for the burger.
Yeah, Lee says fame. No,
yeah,
I think he just wants to be on the front page. He just wants to be on the front page. Didn't he? Shell said that the burger costs 30 quid. Love the 2 camera angles, keep it visually captivating. Yeah, it does. Yeah. The only thing is though, Andrew, I just forgot that we're still on that side camera. But not just that, but I don't like the side of my head. So, but no, thank you. I mean, I'm glad you've got another option. And it is good to see different areas, isn't it? Different areas of oneself.
Well.
I think Grem looks better from the front though.
I do because from the side all you just see is like this nose.
Yeah, but hang on, but you want to see the size of my nose.
But he's got some shape.
Yeah, right. So anyway, yeah, guys, thanks. Yeah, thanks, Andrew. My daughter, Lee says, is watching a guy online who has a channel that does these for his channel. All right. That's interesting. Maybe we could get some videos up for a future show.
Maybe.
What do you think?
Lee, tell us a bit more about that. Another point. So
please, Lee. Thanks very much. That's certainly worth watching, isn't it?
Because of the time getting on,
Well,
I don't want to finish yet because we really haven't brought up much topics, and we haven't been about like for 4 weeks nearly.
well, Lee says eats.
So, eats. Right. Yes. How about we just continue with a couple of more pointless newsies?
Well, why not? I like pointless news. Let's do another pointless news, Graham.
I've got one there for you.
Pointless news.
Right. Pointless news.
This one for you.
Right, okay. Man cuts off his ears and keeps them in a jar after paying $6,000 to make his head look like skull.
Yeah, I think we could actually show this.
I'm not sure we can because it says warning graphic images, Graham.
Well, it's not. It's just it's some loads of like tattoos,
Oh, is that all it is?
and yeah.
Can we show the viewers? I mean, is there anything to see there? Wow, he has as well.
Oh, lost it. Which camera? Can you put it on? Which are we on?
But everyone,
This one.
let's stick it on the side cam, shall we, Graham?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. God.
Look at this chap. Okay, this guy here, he hasn't any ears. How is he hearing you? I mean, how is he hearing anything?
Look, no ears. Look, no ears.
Zoom in a bit more. No, to the ears. I want to see. There's got to be an ear in there somewhere.
No, he's got no ears.
There's got to be an ear.
No, he's
Yes,
got-
look, there's an ear. I saw it.
Oh, yeah. Well, not much.
Look, he's got a bit of skin hanging.
Oh, bit of
There is an ear. He has. He's a hoax. He's got an ear. I'm not having that. I'm not having it. He's got an ear.
Wow. Gonna go far in the world, isn't he?
Well, what happens if he wants them back? Obviously, kept them in a jar. Yeah?
He's kept him in the jar,
So
hasn't he?
he's put his ears back on whenever he wants them. I'm assuming he can still hear. I mean, the point being is, you don't need all this, do you? And then, I've got to change the
Yeah,
camera.
you do, because
No,
it,
you don't
it
need all,
helps, like-
it amplifies, I'm assuming. It amplifies, you know what I mean? But you don't need all this, do you? This is all just excess skin, yeah? All you need is the hole, innit, Graham? You don't need all this.
Yeah.
So technically, he could probably still hear.
and earrings and stuff.
He probably actually hears better. I reckon his hearing has become more...
Animal-like.
No,
He's getting to look towards that
Yeah,
direction.
maybe. No. I think his hearing
no.
has become more, more. I would say more potent because there's no defence. There's no ear defender. Natural ear defender. Do you know what I mean? This is all defence, isn't it? I suppose it dampens the sound. And without ears, and these being ears, right? Because that's what ears are. Yeah. There's no. That's a ear hole, ear lug. Yeah. With just the ear lugs, he's probably got. What's the point of this conversation anyway? Where are we going with this?
Well, they're there for a reason, as you say, to protect the eardrum. So if anything flies into that direction,
Yeah, of
you'll
course.
feel it. And
Well, it's a
you
bit
will-
like eyelashes, isn't it? With eyes,
Yeah.
isn't it? So you've got eyelashes so that flies don't hit your eyeball, or you don't have. I don't know. Yeah, I get it. But do you think his hearing has been affected by it?
I don't know, mate. Got no idea.
See,
Doesn't state so.
See,
in the
I would be
story.
more inquisitive to want to know that. I would, above and beyond this story, I want to know how his life is, how his life has become affected. I mean, like you said, how is he going to get a job? I mean, actually,
Well, I never said that directly.
no, no, you didn't. I did,
I was
but
being diplomatic.
you were being diplomatic, and I lost my train there. But no, there was no reason why he wouldn't get a job in the 21st century, 2020, simply because he could have a deformity, and I do apologise, folks, because he might not have any. He might have been born without ears. Who would know? No one would know. So there was no reason why he wouldn't get a job. However, if I could defend myself with that statement just once, I would say maybe the tattoos on the face might affect him because it's not very customer facing. Now, with that said, I've just got myself out of this little hole I dug, haven't you? Wouldn't you say?
Well, with the way the world's going at the moment with what's acceptable and what's not acceptable,
I don't think it matters anymore, does it?
I've got a funny feeling that, I don't think you would find it difficult getting a job now, because the older generation and the likes of maybe you and I have been told that we have got to accept. You know, we have to accept something. Not get used to it over a period of time. We need to, that's it, no, this is what's happening, you've got to accept that. Move on, you know.
And I think that's where the problem starts, isn't it? Because you don't have people roll over and do that. They ask questions. But what about this? Or what about that? And then they go, oh, we haven't thought of that. Oh, no, you can't ask that question. What do you mean I can't ask that question? Because it's not relevant. No, it is relevant. Have you thought about that? No. Well, they actually don't even give you a no, do they? Because it's not. There is no debate about it. That's the problem. This is how it is, and that's the end of it. Shut down. Shut down.
No, see, the thing is, you can't rush.
I can't believe we're back on woke generation again.
Yeah, but this whole situation is connected.
We're talking about lack of ears here, Greg.
Yeah, but it's connected. It's got to be connected.
We're talking about no ears, and that, like Lee says, no nose. He's saying you don't even need a nose or lugs. No, you don't need any of that. You don't need a nose. You don't need eyelashes. You don't need ears. The fact in the matter is, why have we not just got a round head? Because, you know, your nose... Oh, actually, you might need a nose because you've got stuff going on inside, haven't you? Like, all of this is just skin, isn't it? But the nose has got things going on, right? Or is it just a canal? I don't know. We need a biology teacher. Any biology teachers in the chat? We need somebody to give us...
We might as well just be walking helmets.
Yeah, basically, you would be, wouldn't you? You'd just be a walking helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
I bet that's upset a few people. Oh, sorry.
What, being a helmet. Well, you'd be strong-willed, wouldn't you? If you're a walking helmet, with a top upper strength.
Yeah, you've got to be the right sort, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, I think it'd be right. The thing is, people are not accepted. No, people aren't. I mean, everybody's got a reason, haven't they? Like, you can't just be useless in society anymore. You have to have a reason for the way you are. You can't just be useless. There's no such thing as somebody being useless anymore. It could be because I'm not sure whether I should say that, or that. No, I won't say anything. What was the next topic?
Yeah, see, can't finish the story because we can't actually be open like we want to be individually about things.
Oh no, I
pretty sad, really, isn't it? Don't you think?
I think it's eating away at us, isn't it? Do you think this is what... See, to think that we could ever be... Now think about this, it's quite scary, guys. You're seeing this firsthand now, so you're now witnessing a situation in life. It's now, what, the 8th of November 2020, where we are dealing with, as we all know, and individually as well, dealing with an international and national lockdown. We are dealing with a government that is telling you to do as you're told and not ask questions. And as a result of that, we've just had a conversation and we weren't able to finish it. It's now because of that, all of the things I said, it seems, is because we are now almost living our lives in a position of feeling that we can't reflect on what we think anymore.
Because of the fear
of upsetting people. And offending people. So we just say to Boris, yes, okay. And we say to everybody, yes, okay, let's just do this, let's just do that. We do everything to please everybody else but yourself now, isn't it? So we can't be honest with you, although I'd like to believe I could, and I think I would have been pre-lockdown. But I think what it's done is it's worn people down. If you take a bowl and you take what's that tool, you crush things in with, what do they call it? Use it in soap.
So mortar?
Yeah, you got these little people. Do you remember the borrowers? Borrowers. Yeah, you got these little people in there, and you're getting crushed, and you're getting crushed. Eventually, you give in. You're too tired, and then you will just do anything you're told. That's one way to look at it, isn't it? I think that's what's happened. I think the most centrist, rightist, conservatismist-minded people out there have now been crushed to think anything they're told to.
In a way, they don't realise that.
We don't. I don't even know.
No, the politicians, the conservative politicians, as you're talking about, don't realise that how they're implementing certain situations to the public. They're actually, in a way, wolfing down their own beliefs to please
others because of the fear of becoming extinct.
Well, not just that.
Not
different topics, but it all leads back to one group. One political persuasion. Sorry.
Lee says Trollocs. Can I say that on national air? On national air? On internet air?
Well, you can say Trollocs and just,
Truffles.
refer people to changing the T to a B, and they can make their own wind up.
Although I don't in front of a camera because I might lose my job. No, that's fair enough, Lee. Fair enough. I mean, that's it. You don't in front of a camera because the systematic issue is there. It's they like that. The left wing like those words, don't they? Systematic and existential, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, they like those words. I watched this thing on they like big words, don't they? I think it's about if we baffle you with education, then you won't know what we're talking about. But actually, we do.
I was also.
Actually, it's got nothing to do with education. To be educated is to be open-minded. To be closed,
you can't use
is to be
certain words for certain situations.
You can't.
Just because they sound big and hopefully show someone up.
It's quite interesting because this Ben and Grem show tonight has been nothing more than a rant of current situations in time. It's not actually been about anything else.
No, we've had a couple of bits.
We've had a bit of a rant here.
No, but
it takes 4 weeks to get it off your chest, doesn't it? Be right back, Lee says. No, not a problem, Lee. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you back.
A few more to go.
My old sakes line. What? I don't even know what you said. Oh, my old sales line. Sorry, I can't read the A or the L, by the way, Lee. It's not because I can't read. It's simply because that studio light is far too bright for my eyes. But it doesn't matter because you're not here to hear me say that anyway. So you don't even know what's going on. Grem, what's going on with this next topic?
Well, we've got 2 more to go before the end of the show.
Wow, thank you. I mean, not because we're near the end of the show, but because we've got 2 more topics, and I'm pleased to go on.
We've sort of elaborated a bit too much, both of us. We've had a good evening. So it's
much better, Lee.
We're saving the best for last. It's 2 pointless newses, and these are hilarious. And Ben is going to lead these.
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah.
Is that a good idea?
Yeah.
Do I have them?
Yeah, you do now.
Right. Okay. This is. Let me just get myself comfortable. Have you got some H2O, Graham? You might need some H2O for this.
I have. I've got some water here.
Yeah. Hang on. Can you just show the camera Can you show the folks your water? Can you show the folks your water? No, you need to come a bit closer to us. Yeah, look, your water.
It's cloudy. It's chalk.
That's like that puddle out there, Graham.
Well, no.
Are you sure?
We are living in a hard water area.
Yeah, we are.
That is chalk.
Yeah, that's lockdown. That's what happens in a lockdown, isn't it? You start drinking cloudy water.
Yeah.
Would you do that if you were told to do it because the government said you had to? Drink cloudy water because it's lockdown. Would you do that? If your liberty was taken away for drinking fresh water, to drink cloudy water that's been pre-used and not cleaned, would you do it? In fact, you didn't know any other... If it's been treated... But you don't know about that. You can't ask a question, Graham. You're not allowed to ask a question.
Right, look.
You're not allowed to ask me.
If I'm dying at first, then I'll probably have to do what,
Yeah, but please don't be mistaken by what your rights are right now, Graham. I've told you that we're in a lockdown, all right, and you have to drink cloudy water. Your conversation with me now does not consist of you asking me whether it's been treated or not. You don't have to. You don't get a say in that. You just have to do as you're told.
Well, we've all got a drink. We need fluids.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, exactly.
I just have to go through tummy ache.
You have to go through tummy ache. That's exactly what we do. We just have to go through COVID, guys. We just have to live our lives and go through COVID. I think I've hit the nail on the head. I think you did that earlier as well. Why do we take a Ben and Grem show and 21:41 hours to decide that? I don't understand. What do government do? Anyway, let's move on.
Well, my link is not like the link on the topic is not lit up for some reason. It won't.
Well,
I don't know why.
Tell me what it is. Tell the viewers.
Well, it's just the link at the minute and the title.
So we don't even know what the subject was.
No, we do know what the subject was. Hang on. Get into it.
Right.
Saving the best for last. It was titled.
when he gets to go home. Saving the best till last. Isn't that right? When he gets to go home. You are home.
Oh, hang on.
You're in the studio.
I've done wrong there. I think I've gone back too far. Talk away, Ben.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, I've got nothing to say at the moment, but I was going to say, you know, it's an interesting time, isn't it? And we are now back into lockdown phase 2. And what we do know is, talking about, you know, lockdown, is that, you know, we could be going up to March now, next March, before we make any more further moves towards any more changes. But right now, I think things are going to stay as is. Maybe we will get a relief lockdown, so maybe we won't maybe have a lockdown maybe over Christmas. I don't know, I sound like I'm Boris Johnson here. I don't know, maybe knowing more than what he knows. I think he don't even know this, but I think what's going to happen is, I think Christmas time we're going to have the relieved lockdown, so everyone can do normal freedom things again. And then after Christmas, probably just before New Year's Eve, we're going to go back into lockdown, because you can't go out and enjoy yourself, remember. So we're going to go back into lockdown, and then we're going to be in lockdown from January, February into March. And then I think in March they're going to relieve the lockdown because France did.
Well, this knock
Or
over.
Spain. Or maybe Spain did. Depends who relieves their lockdown first. Who do you think is going to be relieving their lockdown? France or Spain first? Germany were the 2nd of November. France were recent.
Well, our rate's gone down to 1.2, 1.3 now, apparently.
Right.
So it's dropped.
Yeah. Well, that's a good sign.
But it's
Hang on,
dropped.
it's dropped since when?
Whatever result they give, it takes 2 weeks to get to that result.
Oh.
Which means the Conservatives, with their advice they were given about the regional lockdowns, which apparently, well, as we know, that the Labour Party argued that were incorrect.
Of course.
Obviously,
You know why they
worked.
You know why they were incorrect, don't you? Because the Labour Party didn't do them.
well,
They didn't do the figures, Grem. Did you see that post I put up, guys? Did you see my Facebook post earlier today about Diane Abbott and her figures?
no, I haven't. No.
Oh, you need to have a look at it, Graham. You need to have a look at it. I can't even know what it was. I'll tell you what it was.
bless
I'll
her.
tell you what it was. And for those of you that haven't got Facebook, because not everybody wants Facebook, and I understand it, and I will just talk it out to you. I will find it.
This is really unprofessional. Do you know, all these links were lit up blue for you to be able to click on, and they're not liking
Yeah,
now.
they're not like, yeah, no. So they don't even. So the good news is, Graham. The good news is they can't see it, so they don't know what you don't know.
No, but these are really funny.
So U.S. elections. So I said, this is my statement. All right? I said Diane Abbott, lovely lady. I've never met her. She says to please Trump. Now this is what I said, right? To please Trump, Biden employs Abbott to do, in my words, the dodgy postal vote count. He still insists he has won, and that he will win. So basically, that's and then it shows a little picture here of Diane, bless her heart. She's just. I don't know if you can see that. My arm's not long enough. U.S. elections, you can't see it, but anyway, that's her looking ready for the count. Did they have her in there already? Before, was she already doing the count? No, I don't know. She must have improved. I mean, I don't want to say any more on the subject. I don't want to knock Diane Abbott, because actually she does wonderful things for her community. So.
Oh yeah, she is actually apparently quite a good MP, local MP.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You can't fault that.
No, that's because.
It's just when it gets to the governmental side of things, I think it's too much pressure
Yeah.
and not enough rest.
Too much pressure, not enough rest, not enough sleep.
She's got diabetes, so it all adds on.
Yeah, it does. Oh, well, in that case, actually, I take everything back I said. Even though I didn't feel I was being detrimental towards her, was I? Was I being detrimental? No, I wasn't, because potentially there's no reason to suggest why she couldn't have done the figures. So technically, I'm not saying she should or she shouldn't have done.
Possibly, well, no, it's not possibly. She's obviously pushing herself more than what her body can handle.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And her colleagues are also allowing her to do so in the past.
They're not pulling her back. They're not helping her and assisting her.
They're using her, and she's allowing them to use her, and she's using herself in a way which makes any sense. So, she's caused the situation, hasn't she?
I don't think the Labour Party would ever use somebody, though, would they? Surely.
Not intentionally.
No, of course. What are we talking about now, anyway?
The last two topics, which were saving the best for last.
Oh, please do. We had even, what do you mean, save the best? I thought you said there was 2 topics.
Yeah, there is. Saving the best for last. You got a story about a mum that was left mortified and totally embarrassed to find out that her daughter of 5 took to school in her packed lunch some lubrication gel.
Now I know why the husband was getting stressed out the other day under his car bonnet.
Oh, so you know this person?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh. I'm assuming amongst the family he couldn't find the Vaseline. Because you can do that, can't you? You can put Vaseline. I don't want this. I don't want these curtains anymore, guys. I'm going to get rid of them. I'm assuming the Vaseline would be used to put onto the screws, and then the screws would be easier to relieve. It would be like a way of lubricating a tight spot, wouldn't it? You think?
I suppose so. So so it's easily
relievable.
Yeah, handled in a way.
So anyway, so what's the moral of the story here? So this kid
don't have to exert so much pressure. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Lesser pressure.
Yeah.
Lesser pressure.
Good old lube, as they say. Right.
So what happened then? So the school got in touch, yeah?
Yeah, the school got in touch with the lady, and she came down to the school and swapped over the packed lunch bags because.
Hang on a minute. So it was the packed lunch swapped over the packed lunch bag. So,
yeah. No.
So was this the husband's bag, the packed lunch bag, originally, right? It just happened to fall in the daughter's hands or son's.
No, somehow the lube got into the packed lunch bag of her daughter.
Right.
Her daughter obviously put it in there. Wanted to show her friends.
What this jelly was.
Yeah, probably wanted to show her friends, like in show and tell. Remember when show and tell, when you'd go to be at primary school? Did you do show and tell at primary school?
Show and tell, no.
You bring something like a toy or something, and then you would tell your whole class about your toy.
Oh, I don't remember that. And you're older than me. Sorry, that wasn't acceptable.
I look younger.
It's not about age, is it? It's about knowledge and understanding of things past.
Yeah.
So hang on. So your school used to show and tell.
Yeah.
Did I?
The early stages of primary.
Primary. Oh God.
Right. So you got the reception year 1 and year 2. You
tell.
would have like your show and tells that you could bring in like especially in up to year 2, year 3ish. I think you could bring in one item from Christmas presents.
So hang on, show and tell.
So
you show them the object you're wanting them to see, and then you tell them what it is.
Yeah, and you tell them a story about it.
Oh, okay.
So my granddad or my granny bought me this. It means this because of this.
It's kind of like children's version of Cluedo. Or such, you know what I mean? It's like maybe. That's quite interesting.
It's educational.
It is educational. I quite like that.
Gives the child an understanding of the purpose.
The meaning of possession.
Yeah, the purpose and the meaning.
Wow.
I'm sure you did. You probably forgot.
I don't remember it. It was a long time ago.
We've always got so much going on in your mind. You probably forgot.
I like this. I like this. So, how many of you have your child go to school and come home and talk about show and tell? That's interesting. Show and tell. That's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it was still happening. We're definitely.
I think we should do it. I think we should do, Graham. What do you think? I think we should do an episode one evening where we get a show and tell. So basically, we get somebody come on, and they show us and tell us about their whatever object it might be, under the parents' supervision, obviously.
Yeah, maybe. We could bring our own stuff in a bag, and we could just this is what I've got.
Yeah, we can tell.
Let's be careful what I pick up, because you're not.
Yeah, I like the idea of that, and it kind of why not? Why don't we do a show and tell episode of the Ben and Grem Show? Show and tell. Yeah, let's do a show and tell
of items.
Yeah,
it's not truth and dare.
So if there's anybody out there that is under the age of how old would you be for show and tell?
Oh God! Anyway, early stages, kindergarten.
Okay, if there's any, I'll word it another way, shall I? for various reasons. If there's any parents out there that wish for their children to see an episode or otherwise take part in an episode that consists of show and tell, please get in touch and we can do a show and tell on the Ben and Grem show. For
discuss with you, the parents, as well, and maybe on their behalf.
The children don't get a say in the matter.
Yeah.
At all.
Well, no, you've got to be safe.
No, they don't get a say in the matter. You know, it's down to the parents. If the parents want their child to do a show and tell, it's down to them completely. You know what I mean? So they get told. The child gets told, you're going on the Ben and Grem show to do a show and tell.
Through messaging. To discuss. Not visually. Because I believe that opens up different avenues that we have to...
No, I'm not saying... No. I'm saying they send in a show and tell. So they don't go live with us, Graham. They don't go live with us like a third person in the
So they send us in like later
at 9 o'clock in the evening when they're actually supposed to be in bed because they've got school in the morning. I'm talking about... No. They do a video. So they've got everyone's got mobile phones, right? I don't think anybody doesn't have a mobile phone these days, right? They do a video of a show and tell of their favourite toy, whatever it might be, and then they send it in to Facebook to either Grem or Ben here, or otherwise the Ben and Grem show page. Not necessarily the page, but send it privately, because what we will do is we'll do an episode where we will get to play those show and tells live, and then we'll go into the show. I think that'd be fantastico, wouldn't it? Yeah, let's do that, show and tell. We'll say we'll do it for a month's time. Yeah.
Well, let's discuss it first. I mean,
let's have a chat about it first.
We need to put the necessary.
It would be fun. Andrew says it would be fun. I agree with you, Andrew. I think it would be fun, and and it would maybe it will entice the adults to want to do the same. Show and tell.
Oh yeah, the adults could do their show and tell. You know, there's lots of things adults can show. I'm
not sure if we should go. Should we just keep it as it was? We need to discuss the second
follow
bit.
on.
We'll discuss the second bit.
Well,
definitely.
no, because the children from below the age of 18 won't be watching the show anyway, will they? So if it means like a set of handcuffs which you've got on you.
No. But basically the episode of show and tell when it goes out will be child safe. It'll be child proof. So there will be limitations to people wanting to see that video. To see that.
This is why we need
it will be sent out, guys, for your information. The episode show and tell, if we call it that, will be going out for children's eyes. So it'll be.
We could go out at the start of the show. We just work it in within the format that it can feed into that. So
it'll have a U rating. What is it? What is it?
First half hour of the show.
Parental guidance.
So depending what time we start the show. So if it's 7 o'clock, it'll be up to 7:30. If it's 7:30, it'll be up to 8 o'clock.
Yeah, just a half an hour.
So just a half an hour segment.
And then we'll go into our stream. Yeah. And we'll go into our live. I like the idea of that.
We will be into our live, but we'll add it in.
Of course we will. Yeah, I know what he means. He knows what I mean. I mean, I know what he means. He said it, not me.
This is why we need to discuss it first. So
let's have a chat about it. But yeah, he said it'll be fun. Andrew said it'll be fun. Next show, remember to do your show and tell. Yes, Lee.
It'll be fun. Wouldn't it?
Yep.
Right. Next point. This is.
Hang on, we haven't done this for a while, have we?
Oh.
Pointless news.
He wants to do it again.
Yeah, they like it.
Pointless news.
Oh my God.
Well, okay. What was the next topic?
2,200 hours, people. Exactly. Anyway, last topic.
Right.
Okay. Do you want to do this one?
Go on in.
You can work out the story from just the title.
Right. Pointless news. Saving the best till...
That bit there. Do you want me to do it?
I just need to get ready for this one. Ow!
Oh, yeah. It's not nice, is it? It's
she's mad, isn't she? Sorry, guys, we're just gonna have a chat about this first, all right?
Definitely mad.
Are we...
It happened. It's not that it didn't happen.
Oh, so this is a genuine situation right now.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, go on, Graham. I can't even stomach this.
Okay. Well, picture the scene. It's late in the evening, right? It's late in the evening. You know, you're having a bit of closeness with your significant other, your partner, and then that all finishes, and it's time to turn off the light.
To be politically correct, we'll keep it to significant other. All right. We won't say anything otherwise. That I can't say partner because it might. Just say significant.
You
other.
can say partner.
Can you?
But you just can't say like a wife or a husband because
you don't know. It could be that's too direct.
Yeah.
It's too.
Yeah.
You can't do that now.
Well, significant other is basically someone else other than who you're with. So maybe significant other isn't really
Not really, is it? It's not really. How are we doing this? So we'll say
reverse time. So anyway, just imagine the scene. You know, you're just finished on the job as such, and time to go and turn the light out, and your partner says, she or he screams because there's
because you've got paint on her duvet, so you're basically DIYing it in the evening, yeah. You've got paint on the duvet, and she screams.
Well, she thought it was paint, obviously, but no, it wasn't paint.
Right. Okay. Please carry on.
No. The wife apparently saw a rat, a large rat, actually running along the side of the wall.
Right. Okay.
The skirting board. So she asked her partner, her husband, actually, to remove the rat.
Right.
They had an argument over it that he didn't want to. He did not. You know, obviously, who would want to grab a rat? You get bit by a rat, you know, if you don't get medical treatment, it's not going to be good, is it? You don't want to get bit by.
I've been bitten myself by a pet rat, but that.
Well, it's slightly it's a lot different, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I didn't know that at the time. I mean, it could have been. My finger could have fell off. It hurt.
No, I'm on about the.
You're on about this random rat.
This random rat that's come from outside in.
So just to clear this up, so they weren't painting the bedroom, right? No paint got on the sheets.
No, nothing like that.
The scream was purely down to a rat running across a skirting board, right?
Yeah.
But they didn't do anything previously, did they?
Yes, they obviously finished doing what they were doing, but
right.
we can't obviously go into the detail.
No, I don't want you to go into
into
detail. I just wonder what they were doing other than sleeping. I'm assuming that's all they were doing was sleeping. They weren't.
Came to the end of the evening, so you got a picture of the scene.
So they were watching. They're reading a book in bed together.
Yeah, reading a book.
Right, we'll leave it there.
Yeah,
we'll leave it there.
It could be anything else.
Yeah, we'll leave it there.
Those things.
Well, what else would it be?
Well,
you're laying down. You're in bed.
Do.
Well, sleep. You're reading a book. You can't do stuff like that now, Graham. In COVID times, you know
you can with your partner,
with your bubble,
but not with anyone else.
Right.
Outside the bubble.
Or any significant others.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not in your bubble.
Yes, exactly.
So she screamed.
Yeah. So anyway, getting back to like this is meant to be like a really good punchline.
It's getting there.
So he refused. She asked him again and again and again. He still refused. So they had some kind of fight, and she ended up biting off his what's it.
Completely.
Yes. Near enough. He had to go to the hospital. I can't get the flaming link up though, because it won't open up.
Well, that's good because I don't really fancy seeing a picture.
No, you don't see that sort of. It's just like text. Yeah. What do you reckon of that then?
Well, she's lost the plot, hasn't she?
She's just
why
not
bite
right.
it off?
She's
She's
not
never
right,
going to use
is
that
it?
again, is she? Why would you do that?
Why?
Why would you do that?
I know people have phobias over certain things, but that's just taken a bit too far.
I mean, if she's brave enough to bite one's genitalia, surely she's brave enough to take away a rat from the skirting board. I think she's gone crazy, Grem. I mean, screaming at a rat's one thing, but biting off someone's jewels.
But the thing is, in that situation, she's not. Hear me out, because in that situation she's so stressed and angry, isn't she?
Yeah, of course. She's not thinking straight.
And she's looking at this rat. Where is it? Where is this rat? Where is this rat? So you would think that psychologically and visually she would still be looking for this rat, that it doesn't jump on the bed.
Yeah.
But no, she decides to forget about the rat and bite her husband's bit off. Well, near enough off.
Right. So what happened then? So you went to hospital, right? You got it fixed, yeah? You got it stuck on with a bit of Vaseline and a bit of blue tack. And what happened after that? Oh, a few stitches, I'm sure.
Well, that's the end. The story ends with the.
So again, it's pointless news.
Exactly.
Hang on a minute.
Pointless news.
Pointless news. It is pointless news. But I have to say, Graham, that's a serious story, isn't it?
It's pointless.
It's pointlessly serious. Seriously pointless.
Saving the best for last. That was.
Yeah, and I think we've done well with that one. I've really enjoyed that one. Did you cringe though when we started talking about that? I did.
No, I
did. You shiver?
Well, I just didn't. I just couldn't figure out the reason why she would actually go that far and do that when she's so like startled with regards to the rat.
Yeah.
So why take your eyes off where the hell the rat is going?
Yeah.
To a full-on launch attack on your partner.
Yeah. That's just crazy. Wacko Jacko says, evening gents. Lee says, what's it? He also says cheesy. Cheesy what's it? What's it's cheesy? KY jelly. Wacko Jacko says. Yeah. I mean, all of those things are what does come to mind. And a shiver or two.
Yeah.
Ouch. I hope that guy was alright. I think the moral of the story is, however pointless it was that we've discussed this at this length, is that the rat got away.
Well, really.
Because I mean, let's face it.
Don't argue with the missus.
Yeah, but the point is here is
do as you're told.
Maybe. Well, yeah, otherwise you might lose something. But my point.
Exactly.
The point is that the rat was the lucky one out of all of this, right? Because he was seen, and then the guy was obviously clearly not in the position to do anything but scream. After she screamed, she wasn't in position to go anywhere near it. So the moral of the story is the rat survived. No, I don't suppose it would have done.
Well, with all the commotion, the rat's scarpered and gone out of the house. No doubt.
Yeah. So we all love a rat, like Jacko says. Yeah, we do. We do love a rat.
The blood that comes out anyway, so you know. It's
not well, I don't even think I'd want to think about it. I mean, I think you only think of these things in horror movie, don't you, Graham? I don't even think you would want to even think like that. But
so what's the name of that film, actually?
Teeth.
No.
Have you ever seen Teeth?
No, but there's a.
There's a film called Teeth.
It's Quadrophenia. Is it Quadrophenia?
Yeah.
There's this guy gets some sort of treatment done to him within a hot tub, and it ain't nice.
No, it's not. It's not.
Especially when the water changed colour. So.
Yeah, it's not great.
No.
It's been a long time since I watched it, but
I actually haven't watched the whole thing because I just couldn't. I'm just not my sort of thing.
No, but you need to watch Teeth as well. There's a film called Teeth, and it's about a woman who
get it on Netflix.
Might do. It might be on Netflix, or it might even be on Amazon. I'm not even sure.
It might be on Netflix.
Wherever it is, it's out there. But I don't think it's a particularly good film. It's a very strange film.
Is it a good storyline, but just low budget filming?
It's a bit of a low budget film. I think. Am I right in saying that? For anybody that's involved in the film Teeth, I didn't mean to offend you when I said low budget because it probably wasn't. But it, in my honest opinion, I felt it didn't really have much of a purpose, other than itself as being a film. It had no direction apart from the fact that something was hungry. All I'm going to say is watch it and maybe come back to the Ben&Grem show next time when you want to, if you want to mention it, if you fancy it. You might even have seen it. It's not a new film, Graham. It's been out for, I think it's been out for several years now. I would say probably 20 years, 15, 20 years, maybe. give or take, maybe 10. I don't even know. But yeah. You sure that's quadrophenia? Lee says, Grem.
Well, I don't know. I might have got it wrong.
I think you have. Isn't quadrophenia about bikes? Like it's a bikers clan of bikers and the rock and roll era of the 70s. I think it's.
Can someone help me out? I Spit on Your Grave. I don't know if it was that one.
Well,
someone actually said to me once, many years ago, I upset them somehow. Told me that they were going to put on my grave. Don't know why.
Did you jump in my grave so quick? That's the same.
I can't remember. It was. I was driving and I've just got a load of. You know, you get road rage from people. I mean, I'm literally going back about 15 years ago, and it's, you know, wanted to throttle me, and then he was going to pee on my grave. Oh, cheers. Thanks, mate.
What's Wacko Jacko said then?
Zombie beavers and goddamn hairy beavers.
Right. We've got to watch that. I'm not watching it now.
Is that actually?
I think
I'm going to sound really. This is really embarrassing, guys. Are they actually films?
Yeah.
I have not ever seen them.
Quadrophenia is a MOD film. Yeah. Yeah, it is.
What was it?
Yeah, it is. It's been out ages, isn't it? I suppose. Is it 70s, 80s? 70s?
I can't remember the name of the one I'm going on about now. So anyway, guys, I mean, but it's everything good comes to the end.
Well, Lee says A Spit on Your Grave was actually banned for years. Production had it banned. Not production, broadcast, I suppose.
Oh, but before we go, guys, was one other film.
Wait, where are you going then?
We're ending the night.
Are we?
Yeah.
All right. I know we are. I'm only winding you up.
I know you are.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
There's something else you were going to say.
Yeah, there was
yeah.
A film where Human Centipede.
Oh, no.
Who's seen that? That is just.
Do you know? I was just thinking that film, Grem. I was thinking
not nice
about crazy films. I was thinking that it's just not right. And they brought out 3 or 4 films of that.
I know.
Have you watched them?
No.
No,
I've seen the first one.
Oh, bad enough, wasn't it?
No, I just thought this is ridiculous. I mean, my God.
Wacko Jacko says it's a funny film. This is one about the beavers. Did you say hairy beaver? I didn't I?
Yeah. Hairy beaver and zombie beavers.
Zombie beavers and hairy beavers. Right, we'll take a note of that. 70s, Lee says. Quadrophenia. Yeah, I thought it was 70s. Yeah. Wacko, I can't see what you said, but according to the moderators of the YouTube chat channel, it says that it needs to be reviewed first. I'm going to hit show, please.
No. I can read it.
Does it sound good? I can't see it.
Oh, it's got the word about
If you say it, I've got to put it up, Gwen.
No, because I can change the word.
We'll say the change of the word if it's
very close to ejaculating in the end.
Oh, right. What do I do then? Yeah, I mean, yeah, let's just say Jacko, it's funny.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, he says what did he say? I think I'll leave this one with you. What's happened? Message? Ultimately held for... Yeah, so basically, I wouldn't want to either, Wacko Jacko. There is no way on this human earth I would want to attach myself to another one's being. One being...
Anyway.
in any way, shape or form.
What's Lee saying?
Lee says...
Human Centipede.
Human Centipede. Is that what we were talking about?
Yeah.
It was.
Glimpse and turned it off. It's just sick. It is.
Yeah, it's not even. Really sick. I don't even know where. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. We can all have our mad moments, but that must have taken some. I want to know who actually started that conversation. Can you imagine the producer of that show or that movie going up to, I don't know, some investor or however, I don't know how it works, do you know what I mean? They've all got, I don't know, had a meeting together, set up a conference call. Right, guys, what's up? Oh, hello, Barry. What have you got for us then? Right, actually, yeah, I've got this great idea, he says. He said, what's that? He said, human centipede. All right, what's this about then? Well, and there he goes. He starts a production. He starts, I don't know, like a display of projected material that he's now put on a wall to show about how he wants it to go. And they must have sat there and thought, what on earth are we here for? What on earth is this? Now, they must have thought it's going to make money. Now, who's the craziest? The guy that come up with the idea or the guys that work with him to get it done? He or she? I don't know. Who was it made by? But I mean, I just find that bizarre, isn't it? Who would start a conversation about a film like that?
I'm not sure who it was made by, but the actor in it, the character in it, I believe was like a surgeon or a doctor anyway. And they did have a couple of times the police turn up, knocking on the door. I can only remember a couple of bits of it. I think it is quite distorted. Oh no, it's just not even. Yeah, I don't even want to go back there again.
Wacko Jacko says he'll attach to your nipple.
Lovely jubbly. Right.
I think that's what he said. I still can't see. Oh, he didn't say anything about a nipple. Why am I thinking about nipples?
Nipple.
Yeah. Hippo. Wacko Jacko. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, for those of you that don't know what on earth Wacko Jacko is talking about, there is a name I referred myself to as a gaming tag, they call it. Lickable Hippo was my gamer tag. And when people would play gaming with us, they would call me Hippo because it's easier to say, I suppose. So now I get it. I thought you said nipple. I mean, it looked like nipple from back here. Graham, next time we do this stream, I'm going to make sure that the stage light is not directly in front of the screen because it does deteriorate your eyesight looking past the light, doesn't it?
I'm sort of looking for the centre of it.
But how's that for you? Well, I've got a halo around it where I can't see. I'm looking for a halo. Basically.
Yeah. Well,
and not an angelic one either. It's not happening.
We can adjust it.
We can. I would right, attach me. Right, okay, that's interesting. Thanks. Would you? I wouldn't. When you understand just how much salami I've eaten.
Oh God, yeah, not nice.
I'll let you think about that.
But thank you for your comments, Wacko Jacko.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciated.
Very much so. Chorizo. Right, okay. Grem, would you like to read that next comment? Thanks, Wacko, for all your.
I have. I've just thanked
for the last comment.
I've just thanked for his input.
I think you need to read out his last comment.
Yeah, I've already been.
You're not going to read it. I don't think you will. I don't even know what he said. I can't see it.
You can read it perfectly.
I really can't. Guys, I can't see it.
Is it? My dream is to be at the end of both of you. So I think that's a centipede.
Right, let's move on.
Probably means something else, but I'm going to go with centipede.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh. That'd be awful, wouldn't it? Would you prefer to go in front of me or behind me?
I think I like to be at the front because if I've got to pass through, if I've got to open my bowels.
I wouldn't want to be behind you though. I'd rather be in front of you.
That means I've got to take you. You're pushing out what you've got to push out. No, I don't like this disgusting.
but the funniest thing is,
God.
I can't even believe we're discussing this, but the funny thing is, in this Wacko would be at the end of both of us. So he's lost out completely. He's lost out completely, isn't he? Anyway, let's move on.
He's in for a lot of tasty stuff then.
How did we even get on the conversation on the Ben&Grem show, the 11th of No, it wasn't the 11th. The 8th of the 11th, 2020. How have we been able to stumble ourselves across the human centipede?
Oh, me, I brought up the centipede as a
But what,
as a
what
film
were we talking about
title.
before that?
Something about quadrophenia, but I got it
Quadrophenia.
wrong.
How did we go from quadrophenia to the human centipede?
I brought up the human centipede.
Right. How though?
I said, oh, and there was another like film I was thinking like this a disgusting sort of film that I've seen in the past that I couldn't watch totally all of it, and about human centipede. And then Lee commented a couple of times, and we're here now talking about human centipede.
Well, you know when we end the show, we've got no end credits, guys.
Why?
I just realised I forgot to do them.
Oh, we can knock something else up, can't we?
Well, you will get something for the edited version, yeah, but not for the live. So I do apologise for that. So it'd be an abrupt ending when it happens.
We can play the theme tune. Theme tune.
Not reading that out, Jacko. Wacko Jacko. Sorry, mate. I'm assuming everybody else can read that.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Yeah. Why did I make that such a... Yeah, do you? Good. That's nice. I do and I don't. I mean, actually, I thought I liked all sausage, but when I tried last night, this one particular sausage, it had a really tough skin. And
Savaloy.
it might have been, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it. So I don't like all sausage, but I like some sausage.
Did it have a soft centre?
It was very soft inside, but very hard on the skin. I didn't like it. I think my dog will have it because she loved it. So, but I also had this was in my lunch, by the way. I had some lunch at work, and I had what else did I have? I had sausage and gherkins.
So you got a sausage at work?
Well, no, I take some sausage in.
Oh right.
I chop it up. Well, I don't. The chef indoors does. She chops it up and puts it and prepares it, and then I have like maybe pepperami. I have maybe salami, and I just eat it. It's good. It's good. It's good. Full of protein. So, well, where do we go from here? Well, what I'll say is it's been a good episode, isn't it?
It's been a lovely episode.
Enjoyed myself. It's good to be back, Grem.
It is. Thank you for everyone joining us this evening. It's been
Looking younger again, as
lovely.
always. You do seem to look younger and younger every time I see you, mate. You do. Your chromosomes, you've got one of the
I'm
best
tired.
set of chromosomes I think I've ever known. How do your chromosomes stay intact like they do so well? You're older than me. I've got all sorts going on. Look at the state of this.
I don't know why.
You're all right. Anyway, so yeah, okay, so we've had a good time, haven't we? Do you still wear Brute?
Oh God,
Do you
no.
remember that? Did you ever wear it?
Brute.
Did you ever wear it?
The green bottle, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah, I used to get that as a Christmas gift from my godparent or my mum's mum or some years ago. Yeah. Or Old Spice.
Old Spice, yeah, I remember
Yeah.
Old Spice. No, I remember my dad. I think my very first deodorant was Brute,
Oh, it's famous for it, back then. So.
and it was, I think, nice back then. I remember going, that's nice, but all of a sudden it became like,
It still smells quite nice. I think you got that memory. So when you before ever get a chance to like have a good old sniff at a bottle in like, I don't know, wherever,
Yeah.
Boots the chemist or so on, I'll have a sniffing of it. It brings back like some happy sort of memories as a kid, where you'd put too much on and go around smelling like a tart.
like a jam tart. Yeah, I agree. I remember taking it to school. I got bullied for that.
Secondary. Oh, Ben, that's even worse. If it was primary, it's fine.
I took it to school once. I'm sure it was only once. I don't know. I had it in my bag. I don't even know if my parents knew. They must have known. I took it to school with me. It smelled awful.
No, really?
Yeah, I think it did.
I quite liked the smell, but I wouldn't wear it now.
I'm not sure which one was awful. Was it Old Spice or was it Brew?
Brew is the strongest. Old Spice is more of a mild oaky sort of tone.
Oaky. What a way to describe it. I'd never have ever described it like that.
It's
Spot on.
yeah. It's nice.
Oaky. Splash it all over, Lee says. Yeah, it used to be. Yes, right, Lee. Yes, now you reminded me. You used to be able to get it in a deodorant can, didn't you? But you also used to get it in a...
Yeah, it's like a green sort of a squeezy bottle with like a plastic.
Yeah, and it was a plastic top. Like we used to get it in a perfume bottle, didn't you? Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
You aftershave, didn't you? And then you also had the spray. Yeah, of course you did. You can still buy that now. Boots.
Like that.
You can get it in Boots. If you ever want Brute, go to Boots. You won't find it anywhere else. It's truth, isn't it? You won't find Brute anywhere else.
Yeah, no, they do it in Savers.
Oh, do they?
Yes.
Well, there you go.
They've got some good deals on that at the moment. Not on Brute, but don't you really have to have a deal on Brute because it's about £2.99 now.
Yeah, Shell says you can get it in Tesco's. Yeah, I suppose you can. You can get anything anywhere, really, can't you? You can get it on the internet.
So if anyone wants to get Ben a Christmas present, and he would like some Brute.
I wouldn't know. I don't fancy a bit of Brute, thank you. No, thank you. My dog would wear it. I spoke about it a couple of times tonight. Sausage, yes. Wacko Jacko or Wacko Jackson. My dog would love sausage. Dogs like sausage. My dog likes sausage. What about your dog? Have you got a dog? Has he got a dog, Jack? Wacko Jacko. He must have. Wacko Jackson, not Wacko Jackson, but Wacko Jacko. Wacko Jackson. Do you remember he got called Wacko Jackson once, didn't he, Michael Jackson? Don't understand why.
Yeah, but it's to do with music, not anything negative.
No, it wasn't, was it?
It was.
But no, why did they call him Wacko Jackson?
Wacko, I think it was because of the style of his music, that he was like a crazy sort of upbeat, fast sort of.
Yeah.
It was like a really fast tempo, and then it would like dip, wouldn't it? And like so.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Miss him, didn't you?
I do.
Never met him. Lee Turner says trend. Did he say trendsetter? Trendsetter.
Yeah, all kids smell like tarts now.
Yeah. Like a jam tart.
Yeah, I smell a bit like a tart tonight.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, but I'm not a child anymore. I'm older than you think. I reckon you're younger than me, to be honest. I reckon you've been lying to me all along. I reckon you are younger than me.
No, probably not.
Sure.
Don't even want to say how old I am this year.
How do you look younger
God.
though? How do you do it? What do you eat?
Hardly nothing at the minute. I'm on salad. Been on salad and like fish and stuff, but I've always had youthful looks. So, in the genes. Both thank my mum and dad for that.
Yeah, and Henry Cooper, Lee says, for the Brute ads. So I'll thank him for your Brute ads. Thank him for his Brute ads.
Yeah.
And thank him for you wearing it. Because you used to wear it as well. Brute.
Not all the time. As a kid. No, just
As a kid.
Sunday. Just before we go to church.
Because you wanted to smell like Dad.
Yeah.
It's what your dad wore, wasn't it?
No, Old Spice, Dad.
Yeah, it was. Right.
And he would put Brill cream in his hair.
Oh yeah, do you remember that stuff?
Yeah,
That stuff was
God, yeah.
awful.
And I can remember when we used to come home from school, like with knits, like as you do at primary school. You always about 100 times you come home with knits, and he wouldn't have his hair treated. Don't need to have it treated. Got so much Brill cream in it, they're not going to be living on my head. So he never had his hair treated. It's Brill cream.
I suppose he never got it, did he?
No, he never got knits. Brill cream.
Well, yeah, because they won't want to eat off it, will they? Because they can't get to the head, I suppose.
They like clean hair, don't they?
They like clean hair,
stuff.
yeah, they like
They
clean
don't like anything too. Yeah.
So in other words, there's no chance of them living on my hair.
No, it's like when I've put a lot of like gel in my hair. I'm not like to get anything like that. Well, not that you go head to head contact.
Do you
with your
realise
mates anyway.
we're talking about head lice?
Yeah.
Have you figured that? Have you just realised? We're talking about head lice.
Cool, isn't it?
No.
Anyway, we need to end the show.
Grem, do you want to read the next topic, subject, text? Let me find the appropriate camera, shall I, Graham?
Hello, good evening, Wacko Jacko. Graham uses special cream. Yeah.
Thanks very much. You tart, he says. Yeah, thank you. He is, isn't he? You are a tart, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nowhere near as half a tart as I am, but you are a tart. Young tart.
Young tart.
So what's going to
Young
go on?
tart.
So what are we doing now? And what's happening there next week? What are we doing next week? The Ben and Grem show. What's happening?
What's your days? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to go, isn't it? Following week.
Yeah. We do need to do another show, guys. We
Yeah.
need to keep it regular. Lee says, don't like the male homemade? Right, yeah. Homemade. Hair.
Oh yeah.
Homemade?
Hormone.
Hormone. Can you even read that from there?
Yeah. Nits don't like the male hormone.
No, they don't.
So tend not to go to men's hair.
There you go.
I had to read that twice then. No, never mind.
No, I had to read it twice.
I was connecting hormone to the special cream bit before.
It's all getting really messy, isn't it?
Yeah, we need to go now, guys, because I need to get some big things done.
Yeah, he does. Right,
Nothing
so
involving cream either.
no cream involved. But look, guys, it has been good. We've had a great time. Ben and Grem show back, and we hope to be back again soon. Thank you for joining us this evening for a wonderful show.
Yes, thank you everyone again for joining us. Appreciated, and thank you, Ben, for making it possible tonight. We will be editing.
Well, I just turned up, Graham.
Yeah, no, I just turned up as well, but it wouldn't be the same without you, like it wouldn't be the same without me.
Wacko Jacko says he can't wait for next week.
Don't worry,
Cheers.
we will be back.
Yeah, but have a think about that though, guys. You know, we've said about the whole show me, tell me, wasn't it?
Yeah, children and maybe ourselves as
I'm
well.
a bit worried about
Within reason.
copyright though, Graham, because do you remember that show me?
You and your copyrights.
Do you remember show me? What was that on?
I don't know.
Some child's program where
They can't copyright something like that.
no, I can't, can they?
Show and tell.
Show and tell.
Because
No.
you're showing someone something and they're telling you about the something.
Yeah, but nobody's ever done a show about it, though.
Of course they have. They must have done.
Are we going to be alright to do it?
Yeah.
Better ask the parents before you make a call.
Well, the parents have got to be involved to do the video to be able to send it to us anyway.
Exactly.
We will not be accepting anything from.
Any child under the age of 18.
Yes. Sorted. That protects us.
But no, we've been very, very grateful for the company we've had this evening. We will be back next week. We don't know what day yet, do we?
No, I need to discuss with Ben because I'm not sure what his shift pattern is.
Yeah, we need to have a chat no, neither do I actually.
Well, I
It's
know what
time-
his shift pattern is, but I don't know if it's an early, a late, or a night, so I can't.
Can't
work around
work around. So
the 3 days off.
He needs me to get back to him basically, which is completely understandable. In his situation, he needs to know what his right hand man is doing.
Yeah, but I've started.
Actually, left hand man, because I'm on your left.
Yeah, not that really matters. Whatever side you're on. That was meant to be funny, but it didn't turn out right, did it? So we've got no credits, have we?
No, we haven't got any credits. Just pick some time. No. Yeah. Did you understand any of that?
Yeah, just pick something that you've made or done around the house, guys. So, yeah, go ahead and pick something up that you've possibly made.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah, could be anything.
Anything. Doesn't matter how significant or insignificant it is. Anything. It could be how you met your other. No, actually, let's not go down that route. I don't think we should do that, do we? Just keep it to inanimate objects, please.
Yeah.
Actually, no, we will be because we're talking about children here, Grem, and they don't have another, do they? At that age, as such.
The children being, but
I mean, they could. Don't get me wrong. Any
adults are taking part as well.
Any young children with their adults that take part want to bring in. I mean, we could say that they could bring their other halves in. I mean, you know, their school boyfriends or girlfriends, and they could talk about. This is my thing I'd like to talk about. Show me, tell me. You know, I'm showing you my other, and I'm telling you about them.
No,
I mean,
that's going to go really well.
No, probably not. No. Well, we'll just leave it. We'll leave it with inanimate objects then for now.
Yeah.
And then as things move on, the adults can do their version on evening.
Well, they can. Yeah, during the show. So please just send in some vids of if your children wish to take part, with your permission, of course. I'll show and tell, and we'll put our heads together, and we may come up with a prize. So we'll see.
Will we?
Yeah.
We're not a charity, Graham.
Well, we can come up with a prize if it's for a child.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Under the age of
a bag of Haribo or something, you know. Haribo?
Well, Aldi's version.
Why Aldi's?
But it's cheaper than Haribo.
Is it?
Yeah.
That can't be right.
Well, yes, it is.
So they're selling Haribo knockoff price, in other words.
No, but we're not a charity.
No, but they aren't either.
You know exactly what I mean.
What I mean is, if I was Haribo, I'd be unhappy about that. I wouldn't want to be selling my products in one place but at one cost, and then selling my same product at another place at a lower cost, right?
And then you've got the Mars bars and the Snickers with their home brand. No. Doesn't quite play, does it? Right? Is it? You're just dragging this on.
No, I'm just worried about the next comment that's come in.
Do you know what I really do like? I love a sausage sandwich, like a brown sauce.
Yeah.
Or barbecue sauce.
Yeah, Wacko Jacko's filled a hole this evening. Are you talking about cavity holes? You know, like the wall cavity. Lee said he's hung a radiator.
Oh, wow.
I think he said that, didn't he? I cannot see. A cornet. What's a cornet?
Cornet, ice cream cornet.
Oh yeah. Kinder egg for the winner. There you go. Yeah, I like that.
We'll sort something out. We'll have a look.
Kinder egg for the winner. There you go. You've got it. There you go. That's what we'll do. So, yeah, next episode. Show me, tell me. Send your videos in, and we'll play it in the start of the show, and then you'll fire on with us, and then the winner selected by who? Who's going to choose the winner?
This is why we need to discuss it first before we go ahead with the plan. But please send in the vids anyway.
Yeah.
So we've got something to go with.
Rog.
Yeah, because if we just get one vid in, then it's an automatic winner.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, no, we can't have any automatic winners.
And in fact, I think because it's children, that probably everyone gets the Kinder Egg or whatever.
No, I'm not advertising Haribo, Lee. I merely can't understand why Aldi would be selling them at one price, and where else is selling them at another. So basically,
Aldi sell them,
there's
but they also do
inconsistencies.
their own brand as well.
Oh, so right. No, so no misunderstanding. So it's not actually Haribo being sold in two different places at different prices, because actually that wouldn't be right. That would be illegal. Actually, it's called must not be sold separately. What's that law?
Oh no,
that's a totally different law, isn't it?
Yeah, you're on about multi-packs.
Multi-packs. But my point is you can't sell an item at one place. Well, I suppose you can. Can't you? I mean, you go to the pound shop, you get everything for £1.
Oh my God!
But it's their own stuff, though, isn't it? Right. Okay, that's where we're going with this. Well, at least we cleared that up.
Yes.
Grem, no, Haribo, not advertising. I'm not a big fan, mate. I mean, that's not because I don't like them. It's just it's not my favourite choice. and even for the children, I mean, they'll eat it because it's sweets, but I don't even think they are big on Haribo. I mean, it's overrated, isn't it? I don't think it is overrated as such. It's not my. I say that it's not really my opinion. I just think that it's not something I would choose. Me personally, I'm not saying you should take my view on it. It's just contact Haribo, promote them, and get them a free bag. Right? Yeah. Well, maybe Lee. Maybe we should contact Haribo. Explain that the Ben and Grem show will be live with a Show Me Tell Me, and please would you donate a bag of your finest Haribo for the winner. Yeah, maybe we should. I think you'd be good at dropping off that email, wouldn't you? Or do you want me to do it? Do you want me to do it? Well, we'll even tailor a response if you like as well. We'll drop off an email to Haribo. We'll ask them that question. We'll tell them when we're going live, guys. So, you know, maybe we'd all get a free bag. Haribo for life. Hamper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's do it. Let's do it. So yeah, give us I don't know, 4 weeks. Yeah, give us a month. So we can get things in place, you know, or give you guys the time to prepare the material, should we say? We obviously don't want to rush perfection, yeah, we'll take it from there. But look, it has been great, Graham, hasn't it? We've had a great time, as always. It's that time again. It's time to wrap it up, cover it up.
Yeah, please keep in contact with us through our Facebook page, and but you'll hear from there for the next show. When it's going to be?
Yeah,
time.
It won't be far from now. We probably won't be. When they say a month, actually, Graham, that means we're going away for another 4 weeks. I don't think we'll probably do another show prior to that, obviously. But I'm just thinking for the show, Graham, the Show Me Tell Me. I think it's going to need a little bit of plan and preparation, certainly from your end more than ours, because all I need to do is just collate the stuff together, and then I can show it out to you. But in the meantime, obviously for you guys, you're going to need to bring this stuff together yourselves. So we'll give you a month, but in the meantime, we'll be on before then. With another stream.
Yeah, doing our weekly. Hopefully
our weekly thing, or maybe fortnightly. But we'll see how we go. But probably weekly. But no, we've had a fantastic time.
We've had a really lovely evening. And
Yeah.
It's been nice.
It has been nice.
We've had some really great comments as well. Thank you.
Yeah, it has been. You've been the show, really, haven't they?
Yeah, they've been brilliant.
Anyway, from him,
And from me,
and from you,
and from him.
it's good night,
Good night, everyone.
and thank you for watching.
Yeah, good night. God bless people.
See you later.